stream. Yeah, by like 2 minutes. By like 2 minutes. But I was debating doing a little bit earlier, but then I was like, I probably should like play a little bit of Wukong stuff. And then I'll be honest, guys, I got pulled into the whole rabbit hole of YouTube things. Dude, I found this one video. It's one like channel. It's so good, so good. It's just like a wife and like a very Indian husband who's just the funniest guy on the planet. He's just super witty. And I've been just watching like 10 of those videos a day. And it's been like, I normally don't get the whole like TikTok thing, but holy shit, is this like the most wholesome, fun, witty kind of conversations you've ever seen. Anyways, also, once again, just to do a lot of padding, I have not played this game. I was planning on playing it today. I got caught up editing. I didn't even finish, which is just the best. Anyways, good news. My chair just got sent. Unfortunately, it probably arrived Saturday or Sunday. Sorry, not Saturday. So I might not be able to show it to you guys, or we could have a surprise Sunday stream. I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, what the hell did we leave off on? Essentially, the reason why I named the stream what I did was essentially this. So I grinded the absolute hell out of all of this, trying to find out like what was the angle in which I most liked the build and everything. Because sometimes when I'm fighting the bosses, I'm like, what do you want from me? Like sometimes, like it seems like the game just wants you to like watch the bosses like do like crazy somersaults for 20 minutes, and you're like, God damn it, let me fight back, please. Trying to get in the chat, perfect, but. So I've kind of been trying to find out what the best thing is. So I tried building into essentially staff stances. I tried building into thrust, but it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't like feel like it's the thing that's gonna constantly be like there to like help you and save your ass and stuff like that. So I haven't really went into that. It does get kind of cool, and it does get like max scent eventually. So like it becomes much better eventually. But yeah. Also, what is this? Perfect dodge, retains your focus charge buildup. Yeah, anyways, what I came to was actually the one thing that we need is like a place to kind of be safe. And this is funny because this is what Nub was saying when we were playing this day one. Is like the pole stance or stance is awesome because you can invest, and I think it's this, which allows you to build up charges just by doing light attacks, which is awesome, as well as it makes your like heavy attack much better. But if you go into here, that lets us build up charges faster, and then we can basically just use that heavy depletion of basically max expenditure of our focus stacks to basically put us up at a very high surface area, and then when we come bearing down, which I'll show you eventually, boom, we get a shit ton of range. So it's almost like the best of both worlds when it comes to this one, this like big heavy bonk one, where you would do this massive like heavy smash like that. So you basically get like the best of both worlds. You get safety and you get to like smash. But the thing I think that makes this one just a little bit better outside of just being safe, because this doesn't really happen fast. Like the good thing about this one is it does just like immediately feed into the combo, and it just feels great. But this one, it's a little bit slower, so like the character has to like spring up there, and it kind of takes some time. It doesn't feel, it's not as fast and snappy, but that's where this one could come in. Now the pole dancing one is ass. You just like, who wants to sit there and like poke somebody for 20 minutes? I'm calling it you thrust whirlwind. Anyways, but what's cool is you eventually can like make this so that you replace this entirely, and it's so far back. It's this one where basically you can do a follow-up attack that you can just do this heavy bonk, which looks fucking clean, by the way, and is a massive cleave, and I imagine does a good bit of damage. But I think that's the play. Although it does seem like it takes a long time to like set off all those abilities, so it might take a lot. Yeah, we might get smashed in the mouth when that hippity happens. But what's good, Lone? Lone says early stream. Also, Boaty says hello. What's good, Lone? What's good, Boaty? What's good, Red popping in here? Let me drink some of my. Okay, so this is the one thing I also mentioned. Also, check this out. I learned how to crop things. Ha! There it is. You can no longer see into the void, but you can see a crop here, unfortunately. But this is the mixture of gamer subs that I was not sure about. It is basically creamsicle with peach and cream. The reason why I'm not sure if that will work is because I like them both separately pretty much. I don't know if it's going to be, if I'm going to like it more than me kind of pseudo wasting two. Does that make sense? We'll see. Let's see. These are both my favorite though out of the ones I got. Wow, it's mostly just cream. Yeah, you think it would be like one of like either the peaches or the creamsicles oranges, right? It'd be like the orange that like fights and wins, but it's the cream that wins. It just tastes like you're drinking almost like whipped cream. which is weird because it's so orange. It's not bad. I'm not sure if I like it. I like peach. I like the peach. Honestly, what I would suggest the most is the incel tears, weirdly enough. Horrible. That's the name that we have to, propagate. But hey. Lowe's says, dang, new chair build stream. Apparently it takes like 20 minutes to build. Although, dude, I don't know about you guys, but I have this like bad habit. It's a good habit, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. But basically, when you order something off Amazon, I have like, when I'm bored and I need something to do, it'll pop up in my head of like, oh, I bought that thing. And then I don't know why. It's like something to look forward to. So like I'll go check where it's at, like see if my package is closer, that kind of thing. But it's developed it's mutated in a way this time where now I'm just reading the Amazon reviews that are positive because I don't want to read the negative ones because I already read the negative ones, but I don't want to like keep reading the negative ones and be like, oh, I fucking made a bad choice. So now I'm just reading the positive ones to kind of be like, okay, what people said, this is fire. It's good because I've seen a couple ones that talk about like if you're a taller person, it's nice. If you're a heavier person, the chair is really nice because it can bear like 500 pounds, and I'm like 180, so it should be good. But what do you call it? I notice also how Amazon like cheats essentially. Like so, how, like you know how like there's always like an abnormal amount of reviews on something, and how that can kind of be like a swayed thing, like bots essentially. Well, in Amazon, I checked it out and it was really weird. Like people were like someone was saying a message and it seemed pretty authentic. You can read it and it sounds like a person who like was actually talking about the product. And then you see one that's like, "This is the best product of my whole fucking life. It has some like they mentioned the leather of the chair and how like it reclines in like 6 different access points," and I'm like, you're a fake person. No one fucking knows the leather profile of that's weird. Anyways, but what really surprised me is when you see like images. So like one of the biggest things, at least for me, when somebody takes pictures in an Amazon review of their product, I'm like, it's already like 10 times better than every other piece of garbage that's been shown. It's also why like someone taking pictures of like broken seams on the chair is immediately like, fuck that. Even if it has like 8 stars or something, I'm like, nah. The point is that I've seen people, those fuckers, those bots, will actually take like one of the images and then like put it into their comments. And I'm like, I think I've seen that image before. So when I go back and it's the exact image of like the person, the 3 stores back. And Amazon gives you the ability to like mark things as fake. And I was kind of like, shit, man. But the reason I had that is because, like, do I report the person who had the original image that could have been fake, or do I report the person who seemingly took the image? But what if this was the real image? Like, what if this guy took he took 2 and this guy only took 1, or he didn't take any at all? You know what I mean? Like, who is the bad guy? Which one came first? Which one was the thief? Essentially, I don't know. I guess I probably could look at the date. I just don't know if they tell you the date in which the review is filed. Maybe. I digress. Yeah, just thought I'd mention that. Something to look forward to, and I can't wait for it to get arrive. Moti says, also Stitch says, Ayo, I fucking jumped back in game. Stitch says, Ayo, smash the thrust. Yeah, what do you call it? I'm not a big fan of the thrust one, man. The thrust one, I feel like it's so slow. I also forgot to play. So we have a dodge, we have a jumpy, we have we have a big heavy hit for the jump. Okay, locked on. We also have a build that's predominantly immobilized and dodge, I think. I don't know if that's actually true. Oh, you hit me. Oh, I tried dodging, it was not enough. Oh, I'm dodging way too early. My kryptonite has happened. I forgot, we have a build that's like meant to dodge at the last minute. There's so much going on, bro. Hit. Alright, 2 at once. Just shimmying rocks, you bastard. Lone says, Grin, how are you today, my friend? I'm doing pretty good. I exercised, dude. I'm fucking getting I'm not even showing my muscles. Although I don't have very showy muscles at all. Like, it's hilarious because I can lift up like 100 pounds and throw it over my shoulder, but I don't have like big arms. My arms are like, I think it's because I have long limbs, like freakishly long limbs and legs, to where the muscle just divides itself. Also, I do think there's a difference between like muscle that's like pumped full of blood constantly versus muscle that's like meant to do real world application stuff. Like when you see like a construction worker or a mechanic, you don't see them like bulbous like a what is it called, like a gym bro, so to speak, or a bodybuilder, I should say. So I think that's probably a bit of it too. I'll just tell myself that just not to feel sad. Lone says, I mixed brand risk and six-pack abs day. Lone, you got to find me one that is good with six-pack abs. Because that one, like, I don't hate the six-pack ab, but it's still my least favorite. And I got to find one that can maybe jive with. I wonder if I mixed it with the one of my old Gamer Subs flavors. Because I still should probably start working my way through those as well. I don't want to, like, only have the new stuff. Although the old one's probably like really like 3 years old at this point. I don't know if Gamer Subs gets old, but it's yeah. I mixed brand risk in that. Lone says, Grin, did you hear Gamer Subs had a free shipping going on? And Grin, did you see the anime girl thigh? I did see the anime. I thought it was a new flavor, and I thought, oh, are they reusing the name of like anime girl thighs? And then I seen and it was the same flavor, and I thought, oh, but it was neat. It was neat. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I want. It sounds weird, but with Gamer Subs, like because I spent a decent amount last time I ordered, there's a part of me that wants like, oh my god, there's a part of me that wants a pretty good deal like we had the last time. Something that makes me feel like, oh yeah, now it's time to buy again. You know, something like here's a free shirt. Because like last time we were able to basically not spend. I don't know how it is, man. If you added it all up together, it was crazy. Like we were gonna have to spend. Woo, last minute dodge. Last minute dodge. Now I can't fucking hit shit. Dog, damn it. Oh, try dodging. Check this out. Melee, grow staff, and we're safe. And he can smash him up. Did I still get fucking hit because that son of a bitch poked me? Damn it. Also, I don't know why our staff is glowing. I probably should, but fuck. You know. Buddha says, I mostly just read the bad reviews. Yeah, but sometimes the good reviews are helpful too, because the bad reviews are always something that, like, sometimes to me doesn't feel like, I feel like, yeah, honestly, yeah. It's like, if you were to think about it, it's much better for you to just pollute the well than it is to build a fresh, good well. You know what I mean? So like I think it's also bad when you read the bad reviews, because the amount of times I'll like go into an Amazon review and it'll say something pretty obscure but like bad about the product in general, like poor quality. I'm like, really, dude? You couldn't expand, like, if you're gonna write a review, don't do that, because you immediately sound like a bot. You need to be like, this part of the chair or this part of the pencil, whatever the hell you bought, chipped and degraded within the, like, one of the biggest things for me that like sets me off of like, oh, this is a legit review, is somebody giving me a time frame of how long they used it. Like again, and when I'm looking at a lot of chairs to see which one is good. And a person that says like, do not buy, it fell up, the shoulder pad, or the armrest fell apart in 2 months, is like such a strong statement. Like, that's such a fucking bulletproof thing. And it's hilarious because if you do write that review, especially if a product is expensive enough, I guarantee Amazon or the people who make it will like reach out to you and be like, hey, can we fix this for you, because it's a death sentence for your thing. Especially if you fucking put pictures, dude. Holy shit. You put pictures in your review, I couldn't see Amazon, the people who are making that product, not reach out to you in some capacity. God damn it. I hate, how did you even hit me there, man? What, you do a scream? Boppity boppity ba. I'm gonna get those two in. Woo! I hate trading blows, man. Woo. Yeah, see, sometimes it won't let me. Okay, I'm trying to do the thing where we do. Fuck me, man. You got a lot of distance clear. And whap. Yeah, sometimes that like I hit Y and he doesn't do the spring up thing. I'm not sure if I should hold it down or what. I'd like to take a little sip. Probably shouldn't. That probably was a waste. Shit. We just exploring until I get the groove back, because it's gonna feed me 17 bosses and I'm gonna shit myself. Chill. We're doing too much. Oh, okay, that was the thing. I didn't know you. I probably should have thought that. You take a long time on your knees. feel like it's very inconsistent, your attack pattern, my friend. Oh, wow. I did not know I was that close to killing you. Jeez. Ooh, it's the Buddha. It's doing cool sounds at me. Hello, Buddha. What's your whole deal? Don't be a boss. I'm not ready yet. Please. Okay. We got the Buddha's eye essence. Buddha's eyeball. Key item. Okay. That looks like a thing. Oh, we came from there, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We looped around, I guess. That's neat. Lone says, when the reviews start going into deep of description of the product, I instantly don't believe it's a real yeah, for sure. Yeah. I do think there's some stock to put into, like, again, the amount of times I've read like an Amazon review that also just seems like a person who just like did the worst review ever but said like, bad. To me, like, it makes so much more sense if you have a product. Let's say you're selling a cup, a mug, like a steel cooler mug, and you see a bunch of other products in that niche, and none of them really have a lot of traction. It'd be much easier for you just to like pay whatever bot service to make like 20 negative reviews and sprinkle them throughout all of the platforms than for you to like just amp the fuck out of your one platform. Because all it takes is you seeing like one bad review of like showing like the cup having mold in the porcelain or whatever it is, and you're like, fuck that, and you're fucking ruined, you know what I mean? Which also just tells you how like fucking cutthroat like just general business shittery is, you know? Like bad. Kick! I tried dodging, it did not let me. Again, I tried. Because I have no stamina? Why does sometimes the dodge not pop off? It could be my controller, but it could also be me bad and I'll make it excuse. He's making excuses. But it says, everyone look better with a pump. No, I mean, not me, I don't think. Again, I don't have, like, maybe for, like, a second, but, like, I think this is the thing I've read recently, Bolty, which I think is pretty true. But there's such a massive, I think if you, like, I really like this guy who I found on YouTube for a while. He's, like, this, fitness influencer. He's bald. He's fucking jacked. He's so funny. He's one of those, like, comedic characters that is just able to, like, destroy themselves for a joke, like, call themselves whatever horrible thing to make you laugh. But I do think he kind of pushes into something that I disagree with pretty heavily, which is like, if you ever seen like an expert, like one of these like people who have like an incredible background of like they're a neurologist, they're all of these fantastical things, they're brilliant in a lot of ways. Yeah. That's exactly him. Yeah, the science expert dude. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they have a really good track record of like really good data. Like they're impressive. Maybe they have like they're Stanford backed. But the issue I always have is when somebody's profession and like skill set deviates into something that they have not studied, they have not understood, and then they talk because they always talk in this way, which is like by being an authority figure. They always talk as if they are like 100% right. It's fact. And then when they get into the realm which is purely their opinion, that's when it all like they maintain that same level of like, I'm an expert, I know my shit, all this stuff. And recently, the dude has started basically doing something that I think most people just know is absolutely bullshit, which he's starting to mix, like, bodybuilding and like, true strength, essentially. Which, like, if you see Olympians, if you see, like, people who actually have to, like, train in the areas of their sport, and they have to have, like, a ludicrous amount of strength, not, like, buffness, but just strength. He's starting to like kind of dip into that realm, which I think is really disingenuous, and it ruins it because he seemingly says a lot of insightful things that I could agree with when it comes to like my experience when exercising, and not even my experience exercising. But then he starts talking about things like how one of the things he mentioned was the Turkish getup. Turkish getup is like it's a useless movement, doesn't build any strength, and it's like no, it doesn't build any like bodybuilder mass level index muscle. There's a difference between muscle and strength. And to me, it's frustrating when I think it's interesting because, like, you can have a person who's quote-unquote an expert, but the moment that expert that you have a lot of faith in starts saying stuff that's, like, completely, like an absolute false negative, it almost makes you frustrated because you're like, well, now I don't know what else is wrong. Like, now I don't know what all the other things you've said is possibly incorrect. You know, and that's a little bit frustrating. Also, again, if Turkish Get Up is like dog shit, that's fine. But it's frustrating because I don't think they measure any of those metrics of like again the idea that someone can like go to the grocery store, pick up all their groceries, and like go home, go get water. If you happen to live in an acreage or something and you have water jugs, do that. Pick up their son and like push and like be able to play with your nephews and nieces and endure. But anyways, one of the things he talks about, which I think is largely true, and again, this is backed by like tons and tons of studies. Again, it's frustrating because the studies that he mentions in some of his like workout videos are specifically have like like they're studying for a specific outcome, which is muscle index growth, essentially. So like bodybuilder shit, not like triathlon, strong like Olympians and shit like that. Yeah, specifically. So if you want to get like buff as hell, yeah, go to the bodybuilder. But it's frustrating when like the science guy on YouTube is starting to like reach into like sports professionalism, like people who are like do a thing, whatever that thing is, whether it's soccer, basketball, football, the best, and then him kind of start to be the dominant authority on that, and that's a bit frustrating. But anyways, what was I going to say? Oh, the thing that he mentioned was I think has a high likelihood of being true was if you. So this is a great example as well about how I think he is both right and wrong. But he basically says when you were exercising and you're lifting like heavy weight, you should never do cardio after because it basically it destroys your gains. Is basically what he says. And I don't disagree with that being true, but I do disagree with, again, that's not like real strength. You're basically, again, you're like his main metric that he's trying to optimize for is just buffness, like how fucking massive and grotesquely like bull-like your muscles can become, how much blood can your muscles be packed with. But it doesn't account for like how most people like function. Like you don't just need strength, you need endurance alongside strength. So what cardio and strength always are constantly in battle between is if you have a lot of strength and then you start to do cardio, your body starts to kind of lower the amount of muscle that it has because it's trying to maintain the efficiency output of your muscle and your effort essentially. So if you constantly keep doing strength training and cardio, strength training and cardio, then your body is constantly basically trying to like become lean, get bigger, become lean and get bigger. Now you'll never be like a fucking guy who's just fucking giga jacked, but your endurance in your body is not going to be basically what I would determine to be really, really efficient. Like if you're constantly lifting heavy and you're constantly trying to also be endurance, then your body is going to be a very efficient, well-paced out body. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's why I think also I do, because whenever I do like heavy weight training and stuff, I also do cardio because I think it's really important. I think that's a good balance. But in his case, again, with his one metric trying to be like get as fucking grotesquely big as you possibly can, and of course he's kind of correct, which is the most frustrating thing because he talks like I am correct about everything across the board. You know what I mean? And you're like, well, wait, if you define like in this specific context, this is what you do because this is our outcome. Or this is our the endpoint that we want to get to, then yeah, absolutely. But anyways, I watch a lot of foot fitness stuff, and that has been irking me for a while because I do like the guys, a lot of like fun stuff and all that stuff. But he sometimes says stuff that I'm like, I think you're out of your depth a little bit, man. Like I get you're a brilliant guy, clearly, like you're very smart and your recall is great, but you're kind of talking about stuff that isn't the same, you know. Lone says, did you get my message about the? Yeah, I did, Alone. I should have probably messaged you and said, oh, I was being stupid. Like, I kind of picked it up a bit, essentially, of like, as soon as you mentioned that, like, it's easy to upgrade your characters using the buff, I just looked at what my characters needed and realized that was the thing that was buffing, was supplies or whatever it was called. Something like that. I was like, oh, shit, I know that, so then I buffed it. So I get now. It basically buffs the entire region of upgrades, not, like, a specific thing for, like, anomaly upgrade ascension. So it's just the whole thing, which is nice. I don't know if it's, like, insane. It's like a good thing, clearly. Also, what is this guy about? Oh, you're not even an enemy. Hello, big boy. Pumbaa. My boy Pumbaa. Oh, that's on my shoes.
Raise thy cup, seek answers on high. Who defies death neath every sky? Oh, I messed up my mission. Go find something to sober me up.
I have it, I guess.
How refreshing. You woke me up. Thanks.
What did I give you?
Enough with the chit-chat. My belly's growling.
Are you gonna eat me? Oh, okay.
I must quench this rumbling in my belly first.
Okay.
The Temple of Crouching Tiger. They say there's meat there. Worth a look.
Oh shit! Is that I gotta backtrack or something, man? Bodhi says, yeah, me and my friend always look at some of the videos and educate. Yeah, no, it sucks because again, I do think he's very clever about like if your goal is to put on like fuck tons of muscle, lock the fuck in. He gives a lot of great value. But if you're like trying to be a healthier human being that like can like live a long life and your joints don't explode because you have like so much fucking muscle in your body and your like cardio and all your heart and all these other metrics that are important for you to like have an efficient body are off sync. Yeah, it's like it's not normal to run around with like being 400 pounds or not 400 pounds, like 300 pounds of pure fucking muscle and your joints and shit are not trained for that at all. Wild. And then all of these fucking guys are like on so much fucking gear that it's like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, yeah, they're like, oh, well, I'm fine. It's like, yeah, you're a fucking millionaire because you sold a lie. And then also, again, I don't think this is him. I just think this is a lot of people in the thing. I think it's an unfair comparison of like, I'm going to help you get buff. Meanwhile, I'm playing a rigged game because I've given myself so much shit. And now I tell you about it, so now I feel like I'm vindicated from all the possible shittery that can come of it. And I'm like, I'm not sure if that's how it actually works. Like, the whole thing worked, but hey. Sorry, I really like the thing recently that's been that, which in like the fitness community, it's very much like, hey, I'm honest about the fact that I'm on so much gear that like, you know, I can barely see, essentially. And then, and that's good. It's good that they tell you, and they tell you about like, you know, everyone's on steroids or something like that, or performing enhancers, I should say. But the fact that what do you call it? It's still you're still like, why would I listen to you to some extent? You know, like what do you call it? I want to see someone who's like baseline, also grinding, also knows the struggle, instead of somebody who's like, yeah, I became rich because it's expensive to get all that shit, and now I'm just juicing myself up like crazy, you know. Also, I'll read that in a minute. Let me catch up on everything Bodhi was saying. Bodhi says, haha, I've seen the videos. We just call him the bald dude. Makes sense? Oh my god, I agree. I completely agree with you, Grin. I heard the exact same thing about that. I just expect my cardio rope skipping the way it is, and I also had to discuss with my friend about. Yeah, man, what do you call it? Rope skipping is fucking amazing. Rope skipping is fantastic, but I do feel like, unfortunately, you get to a bottleneck where eventually your body it's a kind of efficient for it. I also fuck with rope skipping. I love rope skipping. Rope skipping is awesome, but I will say, if you happen to be like near a gym or something like that, and you can ever get like an attack bike or like a rower, holy fuck, that's like boundless. Like, yeah, like I think you can get 80% of like massive gain from rope skipping, but I think that like in human fucked up cardio where like you can endure like 10 times more than other people, I think that comes from specific. Honestly, man, I think it comes from the attack bike. The attack bike is a literal nightmare. And most people don't even keep it in their top 10 whatever because it's that painful, but it's so good. It's so good for you as well. I'll play. Alright, I think we're ready to fight a boss. By ready, I think we'll do it. I'm not sure if I am actually, but we're gonna see what happens. Who's these men? Wow! Oh, you still alive? Damn. You always have another little equivalent. Look at him. Lying bitch is alive. Yeah. I think I don't know. Oh fuck! I heard something. Yep. Oh my god! Oh my god! He kicked. Oh no! Okay. There he is. There he is. Oh, come on, man. Guess what? Can't hit shit. Bang! I can't hit apparently anything either. Damn. Woo! I dodged. Guess what? Tall. I still got hit. Are you shitting me? I say, ow. All right, we've, wait a minute. Maybe not. I'm about to say we've risked our life enough. We can heal if we take that little whiff. We may get punched in the chest by a random asshole, but let's see. It's not great. I had also Lone says that's what the normal coffee buff do. They'll buff it for a tight gotcha. Yeah, the normal coffee buffs. Are you sure, Lone? I thought the coffee buffs outside of the challenge always buff like for instance, if I wanted to buff ice anomaly damage, I have to specifically get the cup that buffs like ice things, whatever it is. But I think the event makes it so that it buffs like the entire category, essentially, to where you just get everything within that category. I thought that's how it worked. What he says, and I came to exact conclusion you came to with this. Yeah. Snow Alone says, if I'm not mistaken, this guy is linked to a quest. If I'm not mistaken, this guy is linked to a quest. Oh, the one guy? Yeah, the guy with the big thing. Yeah, I think we probably have to go. Honestly, I probably need to do like my due diligence and like grind out and like watch videos of people be like, "This is what you do." Because yeah, I probably should restart Gordon. I think I'm warmed up. I'm sorry it took so long. I haven't played this game forever. I gotta kind of remember what I want to do. Rest. Actually, does anyone remember where the guy is that I can like? What is it? It's the dude who. Is it this? Oh, I don't know. Sorry, there's like a dude who like sold us like an upgrade or a gourd, and I apparently didn't upgrade my gourd last time. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. How do I get back to where I was? Oh, shit. Also, Red says, repost. I'm only 24 hours plus into Hogwarts Legacy, but I think this is my favorite game ever now. Wow, really? Have you modded it at all, or are you just playing the base game? It may even surpass Jack and Daxter game for me, really? Holy shit, Red. That's insane, Red. I get it. It's definitely a fucking amazing game. I remember it being fantastic. To me, I think for me that's what ruined it. I think it's my dumb brain has like it's overly ambitious a little bit with what I was hoping for it. Like I was really hoping for like my ideal Hogwarts Legacy is like a very deep RPG where like you have like almost like Bully. If you guys remember Bully, I kind of want that, except probably more depth where like you have to grind like side quests and like assignments in herbology. But but there's like 10 levels to it, so not just like 3 classes and you kind of improve over time. I'm talking about like 10 levels. Each time you level up, you become like fucking destructively powerful. You get access to like summoning giant trees if you happen to be a herbologist or something like that. Having like enhanced pots that you can put into your own little like room or whatever. It's like a spatial realm, and like grow these massive fucking things in your house. Again, Hogwarts Legacy is so close to being everything I want, and I think the sequel, which they're absolutely working on, I think it's gonna be the one that I want. I want it cranked up to 10. I want like more customization for your house, more automation for your house. I want more evilness that you can do, more goodness that you can do. I want the ability to like grind out your classes and to genuinely become proficient. I want to roleplay more, which I hope all that stuff exists within the future. So yeah. Let me catch up on everything. Lone says, Caesar needs 4 green defender certification, 32 blue, and 30 purples, and that's the amount of any character. Ooh, okay. Oh, for every character. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, what do you call it, Lone? Fluff was messaging me, and he was saying that, honestly, thank God Fluff had a pretty good insight. He was like, hey, what are you going to use for weapons? And I was like, that's a really good thing to mention, because I have not a clue. Is this, that's where we are. Yeah, I don't know. Is this taking us to the Tiger Shrine? I don't know. Where is travel? Is it this? The mountains. I think it's the mountains. Cave. No, we're looking for the guy who sells us a drink, which might be this. No, that's I think that's the guy. Eventually we unlock like a sanctuary where everyone's chilling and hanging out. Oh, but yeah, sorry, if I was mentioning like what weapons we should prep for, so I need like 2 defender weapons or stun weapons. Any weapons that I can basically give to Caesar and what's his name? The cop guy, the wolf cop boy. But I also need one of them. Finally level up my gourd, which I've been taking, you know, I should have probably done a long time ago, but hey. I was waiting for him to come around, and then, hey, can you please upgrade my stuff?
Cheers!
Upgrade gourd, hold, charge, bang. Oh, we can do it twice. Look at us.
Yeah, you need a fine gourd.
Oh, it does increase its look.
From.
Oh, sweet.
I'll fetch you a fitting.
Doesn't look like shit. Let's go. Sip restores 30% of maximum health or slowly recovers your overall health. Let's just upgrade that one later. Why does it say upgrade? Is this one I can do it with? I don't care. I do not care. Gotcha. Store, buy. Can we buy anything special? No. Bye.
Remember, young friend, a sip makes one tipsy. Many things.
We have a whole nother sip? Hot damn. What it says, yeah, I just started getting back into GRINN, and all the bike riding I did from before paid out immediately, but my feet still hurt, but I'll got a significant amount. Hell yeah, I was going to say, Multi, have you tried the attack bike? Or are you talking about the pedal bike? Because they're not the same thing. The pedal bike just has the pedals. The attack bike has two arms that come up, so you have to use your arms and your legs, both. And that shit. That's so there's an air bike and then there's an attack bike. So an attack bike is essentially, the reason why I call it an attack bike is because you're basically punching or you're pushing with your chest. It's actually very good for your your pec movement and also working on like your endurance for your chest and stuff like that, like punches, which is nice. But yeah, all right, let's try to go to where we just were. Is that the right place? Ah, shit. Shit. I don't know if that's the right location. Hopefully it is. Damn, we would be like far back from where we were. Ha! And of course we slept, so all the enemies were respawned. Lone says, yeah, that's the event, but normally it's just a buff one. Okay, gotcha. So the event is doing it. Gotcha. Lotus says, I always hated attending classes in Bully. Really? Oh, dude, I fucking loved it. I loved it. I do think... You're going to school. Why? Wait, what the fuck is wrong with you? Sorry, I went real the other way fast. You are a student in Hogwarts. I get like you playing Skyrim and you're a Norse guy who just came out of a dragon thing, but you're in a school. What do you expect from this fucking school start? I mean, like, it's like, what a waste. You do the whole, like, you go to a fantasy world, and you go to this, like, wizard school, or knight school, or necromancer school or something, and you're like, nah, how about fuck that? I mean, sure, if you want to skip school, go ahead, but for a person who's like, you're telling me there's the most intelligent people with the most amount of knowledge, and I don't have to fucking sit here and grind stupid side quests, and instead I could just catch her who already looks fucking great, and then, yeah, what? Wild. Wild statement. It's like, I played a UFC game and I just really hated being in the octagon. It's like, what? What are you talking about?
Volty _ 1337 said, nah, GRINN, I meant in Bully.
I know, but like, no, I mean the same thing in Bully though. Like, I feel like the same context is the same thing in Bully, where it's like, you are a delinquent in school. Like, theoretically, you can just play GTA and fuck shit up. You know what I mean? Get after it. But I mean, like, what do you call it? In Bully, I thought it was like this. I also thought it was pretty cool. But to me, it's like, the reason why I'm like baffled is because in Bully, like, the context is that you're in a school. So like, if you're Rockstar and you're making GTA where like it's complete freedom, you can do whatever you want and you kind of pseudo level up as well, at least within the newer ones. And then you're like, oh, let's make a different game, but this time let's make it so that like leveling up and stuff like that is tied within the world itself, which is your school experience. He said, but no, I know he said Bully. Yeah, I know he said Bully. I'm saying that like the same mechanic, like just like Hogwarts Legacy, the premise of the RPG is you're going to a school, Hogwarts, literally Hogwarts Legacy. And the same thing with Bully is you're a bully in a school, essentially. Like the context of the environment is that. So like you're like, I want that. It'd be like going and playing a UFC game and being like, I'm not sure how I feel about all this UFC stuff when it's literally called UFC 2000 or something like that. It's just like a what? This is the context that the whole thing is built around. Am I still not understanding it when he said bully? I think I just fucked up. I used Hogwarts assuming that the bully was synonymous essentially, because it's still the same premise of like you're at a school and you're learning things. But maybe Boldy's saying that the mini games were just not his favorite, which I could see. I could see if it was like a bit more than just you doing stupid, difficult mini games on occasion. Ah! So maybe you like instead of just doing a mini game, you go and do like a quest chain, like you have to do extra assignment work, and you encounter like a unique side quest, and that side quest has you make a choice, and that choice could affect what you possibly not only your grade but what you get. Things like that could be fun. Maybe that's what Bolty means, is like it could be that like instead of it just being mini games and shit, it could just be much better, which I could see being true. But it says, yeah, Grin, but I'm a delinquent. I want to skip school and not attend school. What? Oh, dude, well, that makes more sense for me. I tried to be like, well, I think I was always so bad at school that like it wasn't a choice. Like I never had the luxury of skipping because I would just fail badly. So I was always like, fuck this, fuck this. And yeah, the mini games I hated. Okay, so that's probably worse. Which I agree with. I think it'd be nice if they tuned it up a little bit. What's good, Raid? Also, Red says, yes, I have modded Hogwarts Legacy. There are some mods I will need to create, though, eventually. Ooh, what kind of mods you be creating? What kind of horribly... It's funny, because Red in hindsight is pretty gentle, not very, but it's just the small context that I have with Red modding is always degenerate, so my brain just immediately goes to the most, like, heinous shit, essentially. And when I say heinous, I literally mean probably just the mod that makes the one girl, the herbologist teacher, a little more stacked. Is probably like the whole thing. Guys, could you do me a solid? At some point in this stream, could you remind me to tell you the story things that I've been thinking about? It's a really weird, obscure thing, but I wanted to ramble at you guys about it because I was thinking about it today. I'm working on this video for dagger bending. Gotta be real careful with that word. But yeah, I'm working on this video, and I wrote a story outline for it and all that stuff. So I'm just having fun, kind of building a story there. But I also am getting to the point where like I made like 5 story videos back to back to back. So I'm getting a little like spent as far as like making stories specifically for gaming and stuff like that. Oh God. So I wanted to do something a little bit distant from video making, and actually maybe try to write like some probably just shitty novel nonsense, just something. And I had some fun story premises that I want to run by you guys, which I thought were fun. I wanted to see what you guys think about it. Shame that Lord's not here, because I know Lord's actually big into the whole storytelling thing, so we'll take it. Too much. Again, man, I don't feel like you're that close. But then the game gives you that because you happen to be big. But you didn't touch me. But you're like, wind pressure touched me. That's that anime shit that drives me nuts. I guess we'll go up here. This looks like the right way, though. I'm not sure if we want to fuck with this. Raid says, how are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good, Raid. How about you? How's the day been? Oh, shit. Hello. Are you special? Oh, you are special. Oh, that's bullshit. I tried to use my fucking thing. God damn it. Stupid bullshit. There, at least we broke his thing. How come he gets to move off the edge? Woo! Woo! I tried dodging, did not happen. Get up a little bit. Get fucked. Also, you know what? Guess what? I'm done. Bang. Actually, I didn't mean to fall down. I think I was supposed to tap my Y button, but hey. Boom! Oh, we finally get a thing? Ah, shit. Alright, fine, we'll drink up. A little bit of waste. Bit of a waste. Just for the roll, we'll drink twice. And then we will pop. Oh, I can actually spend a skill point also. Do we get access to being a shield guy? Could be good. Don't know if actually it's gonna be that good, but hey. Also, abilities who? Am I right? Where is the shield guy? Is it this thing? There it is. What does he do? Watch demo. He summons shield guy takes just 20 years to do anything. Does a little shield bash. Not nearly as good as essentially this, which you just immediately summon and charge, and what seems like a lot more damage. Ha. And yeah, the minigames were cheap. Raid says also hi Lone, however been sweet. Lone says yeah, the minigames games sucked in Bully, but I did like the fact that when you pass the classes, your abilities improve so much. It made it worth it. Yeah. Again, I think that's the one thing that I think every RPG, if I could like have one thing in every RPG that like is this gold standard going forward, I always feel like it's the one thing that they gave the less time to, especially fucking Bethesda games, man. But I want an RPG to just reward the player. Like, reward the player in terms of abilities, and not just like, hey, you did a side quest, Traveler, here's $10. A gun costs $2,000 because you didn't bet and fucking barter, you idiot. Well, that was dog shit, wasn't it? You know, at least in Bully, like, if you, again, it'd be really cool in the next Elder Scrolls, where if you become a member of the Thieves Guild, let's say, not only do you, like, massively improve your stealth, not only do you have, like, amazing companions that do that exactly.
Lone Syndicate said I started watching a new VTuber, and her name is Cha Cha. She is a literal VTuber mom, or VMom as she calls herself. And she is so funny and sweet. I'ma show you what she looks like during the hangout.
Hell yeah. Okay, interesting. I wonder how that is, because there's already VTubers who are, like, older women who come across as, like, auntie, like, very, it's less about auntie and more about, like, how do I put it? How do we say this? Cougary. But also very single. Does that make sense? It's like that vibe. Was that wholesome? But I wonder what a mom would like be locked in for. That's really interesting. Also, we do have skill points to spend, so we should do that. We have but one. What is the most important thing to spend our money on, though, is the question. Oh, we can start building up at that, because we got all of the staff weird shit, which is pretty neat. Yeah, we gotta start pushing our way through this anyway, but is it better to get the other one? This little guy, right here. Significant damage reduction on light attack finishers. Honestly, oh, is it this? What is it? Is it this? Oh, what is it? Where is it? There's like a thing that like increases your distance of your like initial hit. No, it's not that. It must be that one I just passed. Yeah, I just didn't read it enough. Perform a heavy attack that lets you do spinnies, wind gale things. I could see that being good if you like pincer an enemy against the wall, but they always get stunned away from you. You're just like sitting there getting like one hit. It's like this hits 16 times, but the first hit knocks them out of the attack range, and then they slowly move into it and get hit like once. So it's like, it's really like 3 hits end game, end state. Raid says I'm doing fine. Just woke up from a nap. What do you call Raid? Raid for you, buddy. When I get my new chair, I'm going to try to see if I can pull off a power nap, okay? Because I can theoretically recline almost 90 degrees, or 180 degrees. Is that right? I think that's right. Flat. Flat. I should just say flat. And see if I can just sit there. It looks like a fucking bed, so it should be cozy. Red says, I wanted to create a mod for the playable character in Hogwarts Legacy to be a succubus model. I've shown y'all in the past the character with a long red.
Lone Syndicate said she also has the thighs of a goddess thighs for days.
Oh, don't do that to me. I'm gonna have to check. We'll wait for Thursday, but tomorrow, I mean. But what do you call red? As soon as I read that, I thought red. I'm kind of in this weird place when it comes to YouTube where I'm kind of like I'm just doing the VR thing and having fun, but I'm also in this place where I'm kind of like I went so hard into it that now I'm kind of like I'm just taking a rest. So like I'm still working hard. I hope I'm not like gunning for it as like fervently as I was, which is both annoying for me because I want to do that, but I don't. Anyways, point is that there's moments where I'm like, I think that could be a fucking amazing video that could probably also like skyrocket your mod into the stratosphere if I did it properly. If I gave us a proper thumbnail and it was finished and I covered it in the right way and I hedged our bets and I told the right kind of story, I think I could make something that people would not only click on but would have a fun time on, because I also have to think about, like, some people would be like, why are you showing this? It's Hogwarts is a T for teen game, and I could make a story that gets ahead of all that, like that meets those expectations and kind of covers them so that it has the highest possible chance to succeed, I think. But as soon as you told me that, I was like, oh shit, that might be a fire as hell mod, because that would stand out in a big way. If you're actually able to make that model exist there, whoo, shit, damn. Have some deep-seated lore where it's like, actually, the succubus, only you can see. She has a weird ring or something that makes her come across as a student to everybody else. So this is canon? Maybe? Something. But Red says, but those kinds of mods don't exist on Nexus or even the Lovers Lab because technically the player is... Oh. Maybe not then. Man, oh, what the hell? What kind of fucking 60-year-old looks like a college student, man? There's like 3 students that look short and tiny, but everyone else looks like a fucking like a grown-ass man. That's so dumb. Why don't make them look like kids then? Instead they look like fucking fucking college kids. Wild. Damn it, fucking Warner Brothers, you fucking creeps. Oh, says S. But he says more like I would hire her. What? What bully was that referred to? Lone says she also. Yeah, right, the thing. Should we go this way? Is this the right way? Like I mentioned, no, we can't go that way. Okay, well, goddamn you! What a waste. We could loop around, I guess. We can travel pretty fast in this game. There's also just a ton of like random enemies that I don't care about. Ray says, me personally, I can fall asleep in a bed and nowhere else, but I hope the chairs come. Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, Ray, what do you call you? Anyone who can power nap. You're playing with some weird energy anyway, man. Where did he go? Oh shit. Now. Now I don't know if we're going the right way or wrong way, or if I want to go the wrong way, or if this is the right way. What? Excuse me? What? I hear the guy. I hear the music guy popping off. Should we head towards the tornado? Can we go loop this way? What's the weird altar? Ooh, it's a meditation place. Skill point. Fuck yeah. Oh my eye. Red says, obviously, my want is to not regardless of the game lore. I mean, characters model, I will be... Well, yeah, I don't feel like that's... Yeah, I don't feel like... So long as there's nothing else creepy going on, I don't think that's actually weird. Because, like, if you're making a fully grown succubus woman, you're not playing a 16-year-old anymore. You're playing, like, a brand new entity. You know what I mean? And so long as you're, like, you're fighting... Yeah, so long as the succubus is not doing anything gross, it's like whatever, you know what I mean? It's basically you're playing a stripper who's walking through school. Not appropriate, but not a fucking, you know, not like a fucking issue. Not like a fucking like crime, so to speak. It might be a crime. It might be public indecency. But anyway, the point is, it's not quite what it. Yeah, I think it'd still be fine. Yeah, because I think it'd be weird if you were like trying to keep the essence of the main character, like people who are basically sexualizing. Like, taking off the clothing of the existing character, like, that is supposed to be canon, that's gross. But if you're making, like, an entirely different model that looks nothing like a fucking 13 or 14-year-old, instead looks like a giant, really well-endowed succubus lady, I don't think it's even in the same sphere. All right, we do have one more. Grant a considerable amount of damage reduction while performing the Sweeping Gale. The main thing we want is this little guy, where we hit this again, we swing back, and then we do this massive whap. Now, is that as good as as this? Well, we just lay down fucking pipe. Eventually, it takes a little time. One does that no longer follows the gourd when Pudge installed heavy attacks. Oh no, it lets me heal on the gourd. That's kind of neat, I guess. I need to pump a lot of stamina, for sure. Is this the right way? No? It does not. So it'll fuck me, I guess. Ooh, it's down. Oh, it's a fake guy. Oh. I feel like... Oh, it's happening. I feel like 90% of this whole game Oh, sorry. 90% of this whole game is just doing one attack and then like seeing how it is. So like one attack, two attack. Let's not be overzealous. One attack. Oh, he's doing the flurry. One attack, two attack, three attack. We'll do four. Bang. Nice. All right. Is he still alive? Flopping around. Well, we're not going that way, I guess. So I guess we're going this way. I guess we're going back to where we went. So we can't go that way. We can't go this way. Can we go? We came from that way. There's a bunch of assholes everywhere. I hear the musician guy just popping off. I feel like we have to go through the like damn that bit. But I don't know how we do. Do we transform, perhaps? Probably not. I don't know. Let's go this way. Only way we still have yet to go. There's one of these guys right here. Oh, we could have probably killed him actually. I will break that shield. Oh shit. Damn it. I did so good and then your bullshit comes out of nowhere. Try me. Go ahead and pause. Woo. Fuck. Oh, I missed? No, I didn't miss. He just didn't get stunned, really enough, even though I came down on him. There's that son bitch. Doing too much again. Oh, that's in the dodge. I mean, yes, stop. Okay, okay. Damn you. Oh, I did not time that properly. Ah! So how do I do... Pause. How do I do the spinny move? Is this maybe the good? Let me see. Maybe I just haven't found the right time to use it, alright? We do... Yeah. Okay, now what? Was the spinny move a different thing entirely? Ah, shit. Okay, maybe it's a spinny move, so it's different, I guess. No, it has to be. It has to be the right thing. What? I'm sorry, gang. I'm trying to figure this out. What the heck? Hold attack gets us doing that. So when we're on, what do? Perform heavy attack during light attack combo. While do that, we'll perform the sweeping gale. Oh, okay. We did it, I guess. You're alive, bitch. I don't think I don't know. Boom. Only one kick was not worth it. Ah. I'm getting lit the hell up by kicks. Oh, guys, fucking me. I'm trying to do this one combo and you're just kicking my ass. That is kind of, it does give us combo. So maybe that is not as bad as I thought it was. Am I poisoned? I'm like, God damn it. I am, shit. Lone says, I've fallen asleep at my desk and even on my floor. Honestly, that nap I took on the floor that day felt great. That's fucked up. I do hear people say that, though. I feel like the human body can get used to a lot of shit. People talk about, like, hey, you want to fix your back and shit? Sleep on rock hard ground. And you're like, I mean, I don't think I could see some fucked up aspect that it kind of works, but also, I don't know. I feel like I would trust that working if you had like a really good body already, like as far as like you just didn't, if you were over your body index of fat, I feel like it would be like a lot, having a bed that kind of, actually maybe not. Because theoretically, most people have like a squishy bed, like, you know, Posturepedic or some cotton, some shit. So theoretically, your body would naturally, like, you'd roll essentially into yourself. So, like, if you were a bigger person, wouldn't that kind of suffocate you as your, like, body kind of is cradled in a way? And if you were sitting on flat ground, it would allow you to open up your chest, right? I don't know. We're talking nonsense. Raid says, I mean, if I can sleep on my bed, I can pretty much nap on a mattress. Like, sorry, I can much nap no matter which one come. You think is that kind of weird? What do you mean? What you mean? Am I really in my bed? I can pretty much nap no matter what. Which come to think about it, is kind of weird. Wait, so you don't? Yeah, I feel like that's. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe, I think sleeping in your bed, I think is fine. I think it makes you like it creates a neurological thing in your brain where it's like you do that here, you know. We got the special thing. It is the core. Oh, hello. Here's the golden hour, right? I don't know if we can do it again. Freak me out. I got hit, but I got. Oh, actually, that was not bad. Guys, I was talking shit, and I take it back. Cause guess what? Fucking lay tight down, boys. Ha! Sorry, sorry. If only we could heal from hits. That'd be kind of nice. Not that way. Ooh, a chest. Is some shit gonna kill me from grabbing it? Lone says, Buddy, listen. Sleeping on a blanket over a hard wooden floor hits different, all right? I feel like this is like poor, like someone who's like, yeah, man, it got rough in my life, and I'm trying to make the best of it, but like, why the fuck do you have no bed? I guess you didn't have no bed. You just chose to sleep on the rock hard floor. What instance? Motherfuckers, you guys sleep too easily. I'm annoyed. I also have far too much coffee, so I can't really complain too much because I'm just wired constantly, probably. But still, damn you. Oh, I can just sleep everywhere all the time, cuz sons of bitches. I don't know what happened there. I gotta kill him? I have no idea. There he is. The guy. Otherwise known as Big Chunky Monkey Baby Boy. Buddha, essentially. Ah! Kick. Reach! Please! Alright. Chill. Miss me. Kick. That builds up a pretty good amount of charge, man. Don't think I don't see you alive. Oh my god. Kick. Out of stamina. It's my bad. I take back everything that just happened. I apologize. Huh? Oh, I frame dodged both of y'all. Kick. Okay, we got both of our things, so now we can just be with safety. Do one of these. Guess what? How are you not dead? That was a heavy hit. Get out of there. Ah. Come on. I think it's dawning on me that this is not technically like an expenditure of a charge. Wow. Guys, I don't know why, but sometimes Mongolian / whatever the hell this is, throat singing fucking hits like a truck. You know what I mean? You're just like, I don't know what I'm feeling, but I'm ready to pray. Or not meditate, maybe? I don't know. It's not very warrior-driven, you know? I feel like drums and like that within mankind, of like the idea to like hunt, devour, kill, all that. I can take on the world right now, all that stuff. What do you call it? And then like Mongolian throat singing is more of like I'm not sure if it's peace. It's more like just serenity. I feel like is the word that that's the emotion that I feel. But wooden floors, plus depending on person sleeping, wooden floors can actually be good for your back. Maybe. I feel like it's, oh my god, I dropped something. Yeah, probably. But yeah, like you said, the person, like we were talking about, I think with a bigger person it could be good, but I feel like for a person who's like already doesn't have a lot of meat on their bones, like a skinny person, I feel like it would just be bone on fucking hard wood, essentially, which would be painful, I think. We can heal up a little bit. Look at us get all green. Raid says, like there was this one time, use text-to-speech for big comments, my brain would thank you. Like there was this one time where there was a storm that took the power out, and since I didn't have anything to do, I pretty much slept all day. What the fuck? Guys, do you not feel like death after you sleep too long? I can't remember the last time I slept too long. Ugh. It's not that I don't want to, yeah. Not that yeah. It's just I guilt myself out of being like, oh, you could be doing more today, you fucking bitch. And yeah. Although I think when I remember when I used to sleep a little bit longer, I do feel like you feel like shit. Like you feel like, oh, I'll look at this graphical loveliness. Isn't that great? that's great. Eek. It balanced out. Oh, because it was in like the middle of a render place. Oh, let's go down here, I guess. Did we level up? You remember? I thought we did. Oh god, oh god, oh god. That's a fake boy. Okay, I didn't really want to. Okay. Look at him do his weird bullshit. Guess what? Charge up. One more tick, and then a whack. Can I go over there now? Is he finally done with his dumb essence? I didn't want to do that at all. I wanted to. Stop! Stop it! Fucking my whole life up. This son of a bitch behind me kicking me. There it is. Level 1. I think we're probably pushing into level 2 area, especially with this heavy hit thing, which I imagine is going to scale pretty well. If you fuck me on this, I swear to God. Oh, it does. No, it scales well. After doing a successful hit with a sweeping gale, perform another heavy attack, and that will consume focus, but execute churning gale. The Destined One leverages his forward momentum to rip up shit, kill the world, all that. What does this last bit do? Oh fuck! We finally got we got 4 focus points. Let's go. We got this. Deplete all focus points and deal additional damage. Got it. So we have max focus points. We just fucking lay it down. Unfortunately, we don't have that for this. So this is always going to kind of be a utility set, which I think this is finally replacing that. But we need 2 of those. Is he dead? He is. Where's the son of a bitch on this goddamn hill? I'll get up to you eventually. Possibly. Did I hit it? I hit it! Holy shit! Oh my god, you're huge. Alright, let's try doing this thing. Can we build some stacks? No, please. Okay, or not. Why? Why is it not doing the thing? Melee, melee, melee. No, why? What the heck is happening? Oh, I guess I need 1 in my chamber. Woo! I need 1 focus point. Oh, you have 2 hits! Oh my god! You're about to die anyway. Jesus Christ. Ha. Dodge. Woo!
Raid Nate said I'd be more compelled to use the text-to-speech if I had the Yoda voice just saying.
Motherfucker. I'm not with anything. We've literally had the same stream for years, and the minute there's a new feature, fuck it. Okay? What new feature? All I see is the same. Well, makes me not want to try. Okay. Ow. Man, that did a lot of damage. Spin, spin, spin. Just building up stacks. Get the hell out of there. Oh, yeah, that little lunge behind us. You're not worth it. You're not worth trying the special new massive kick on. Oh, he has double. But I dodged that shit. Because you're trash. Oh. I didn't forget. The Yoda, yeah, what do you call it? I didn't say I would have it next week, did I? If I did, I was lying to you. I immediately thought, I still need to make it so that, like, it reads your name. Oh, I think it did actually do that. I think it does read your name before you say it, right? Ow. This one, I think, is worth doing the thing. Oh, someone just said, come here, would you? God damn it, I'm getting lit up. All right. Let's do one of these. We kick. We do it again. Bang! It was okay damage. It was fine.
Lone Syndicate said, don't worry, Grin, your efforts aren't going to waste.
Thanks,
I like TTS.
Appreciate it a lot. Again, to me, it's a part of it is like, I think in hindsight, it was something that probably was the smartest thing because I'm so fucking bad at reading. I have like a grade 3 years reading comprehension. It's terrible. So to have that to where like also like we don't play we kind of, well, yeah. So we're playing games usually like this, or like it's just nice being able to basically get me a message when you need to, essentially. And yeah, I think that's pretty helpful. Like especially like when you're streaming, the text to speech makes sense because sometimes you can't even look at chat because something so big is happening. So that's kind of nice. But I'm mostly cat. I know. Ray just joking. I do think it'd be cool if I could ever get the Yoda thing working, which I do think I can. The issue is that you have like a free tier for the Yoda one, and then you have an expensive tier, like it's a membership thing. And I fucking hate paying monthly subscriptions for every stuff. So yeah, what's good, Nog? We love you, buddy. What's up? Nog says it's called sleep deficiency. Grin. Spend most my early 12 to 20 sleeping only like 4 hours a day, if that. Nowadays, I can sleep days on end, although I also sleep 3 days straight in my 20s too. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying that like some people are just like when they do rest, they're not actually resting really well. So that's a massive component of it, which makes sense. I also think that like to me, I still sleep like a pretty good amount. I get like 8 hours of sleep every day. Like I still may manage to do that, at least that. But man, there's some people out here which may just make me shake my head, which people who are like getting 4 hours of sleep, like Nong is saying. And it just to me is crazy because like there's so much data out there that says like you think that that's enough in your head because you're like, yeah, totally normal. It's not. Like your brain is like built to convince you that like that when you're sleepy, you're actually significantly undercocked as far as how efficient you can be. Pick up, please. There we go. Guys, let me tell you, this beautiful pink scarf, fucking rocking it, all right?
Raidnade said, to be honest, I like the TTS too, I just forget to use it
No,
more.
I know, yeah, I think that's a sentiment, is a lot of us, again, I kind of mentioned it in jest, but like the idea of like, I was like, Raid, what do you call it? We have the same streaming setup for forever, and then we finally added up new, and no one really used it. I think it is just because it's a symptom of like you guys are with me almost all the time essentially. So like our normal is something that is gonna take a little bit of time before it stops becoming so odd, you know.
Knowing fetus Seidona, playing catch up on the lack of sleep, you had I'm pretty decades in.
We gotta replace Bolty. This is your fault. Bolty's like, give me a Japanese-speaking person, and then sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't speak like a cute accent Japanese person. It's just full-on Japanese, and also it doesn't make any sense because you would think there'd be a trigger for it doing that. You know what I mean? Let's see. Nong says, "Damn, I'm sorry, Nong. Why is it not working? It's all cooldown. I could lower the cooldown. We sound like I think a minute cooldown. I could look. What kind of cooldown is on?" Where is it? Is it this son bitch? No, probably. I don't know. I don't think there's anything weird she could be on screen, but maybe. Advanced uses. Is it this one? Settings, voice stuff. This is speaker. I don't think it's speaker. I think it's the other one that's detonating. So I go to streamer bot. Let's see. I have it on a. Where the hell are you? Is it this? Yes, right here. I have it on a 50-second cooldown. So. That's pretty low. So like, yeah, I have it on every Twitch, YouTube, all that stuff. No one's banned from it. I don't know why it's not letting Nong go through. Try it again, Nong. Kill that. I think 50 seconds is fine. Okay, we gotta go back then. Boda says sleep debt is such a funny word to me. Yeah, bitch comes to collect essentially. That Sandman, son of a bitch. Okay. So like moments like this, I feel like we should use.
Knowing fetus said, yo.
There's the one up here. Who's throwing shit at me? I don't know where it is. Breaking my camera out. Yeah, why? What is...
Bolty-1337 said,
You
Konnichiwa.
get the German one. Ha! Ha! Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm trying to think of what that could be, because it's not... Why would it not be working? Let's see. Yeah, everyone has access to it, so I don't know. I can make it like moderators, subscribers, and VIPs, but I don't have it on that. So internal messaging. I don't know what the fuck. Why would that be doing that? I don't get. Yeah, I don't know. It's hopefully that fixes itself. Sorry, I'm trying to. It does make it
Annoying
sense.
fetus said okay. Retyping on a phone is a pitter. But sleep debt. Have to catch up on sleep missed. I'm probably still decades in sleep debt, honestly.
Yikes! No, it worked. I don't know why. Why was the fucking computer kicking your ass? Why? So you're saying what do you have to like just your body's never been able to sleep proper, like recover really well, man. Oh man, I wish I could help you now and give you some sort of information on like what I had to go through with some shit, but like I don't know, man. Like, I feel like sleep is one of the most like cursed things on the planet. Like I don't really feel like there's any good information out there. Like it's almost like you need to do like people give you like 300 things to do, and maybe like 30 of those work for you, maybe. And even then, they work sometimes, they don't work other times, you know. Yeah, it's one of those things that is, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, the less you try. I got two things I think the only thing I've kind of come to over my because I used to have really bad sleep situations where like it wasn't that I didn't get enough sleep, it's just that I never recovered. I also think I was like exercising 6 days a week, and I was going really heavy, so my body was
Lone
always damaged.
Syndicate said.
Ha ha ha! Get fucked! I don't know what I did, but I guess I paused it. I did put I don't know what that is. I don't know why it didn't go to loan. Ha! Fuck you. Okay. I was curious too. Yeah, and then it hits you with the other thing. I bet there's a way to enforce it so that it speaks through like everything is translated through English essentially. So even if it's like written through Arabic, it's still written in back like to English essentially, because it does you have an English thing that voiceover we have. What he said? Oh, sorry. The things I was gonna say that I think did have a massive effect when it comes to like sleep quality for me, that I think would apply to most people, is temperature. Like going to sleep cold is fucking huge. Having a fan blow on you is also great. That, and then also not having coffee too early is also pretty huge. And the last thing is basically, like, it sucks, but get up at the same time every day, even on the weekends and shit like that. Don't like let yourself oscillate. But even then, I think again, I know plenty of people who probably could do all that, and there's still just something off. Like I don't know if it's like a deficiency in a vitamin that they need or something like that. That like it's the reason why their body just does not recover when they're sleeping. But they are out there, and it's extremely unfortunate. Can we go that way? We can. Is there a point to go that way? Let's go this way first. So there's like a boss fight coming up. Look at this epic moment. Moldy says, why? What if I actually spelled it out using letters? Oof, that'd be weird. It'd be the Japanese voice trying to emulate the other stuff. That'd be wild. Oh, I didn't know we could go the other way. I didn't know this is a direction that we could go. Hot damn. Oh, here we go. I feel like that's a little fucky. I tried to do my heavy hit, and it's not really panning out.
Gnawing fetus said coffee too early? I've heard too late, but not early.
Oh, sorry, too late.
I rarely drink
fucked up.
coffee.
My words.
Although my blood is probably 90% pop, soda.
My bad. It's my gnawing is my fault. You're right. I meant too late. Having coffee like before 5 or after 5 is a big no. I have heard people say that you're not supposed to have coffee a little too early in the morning because it will fuck up your body's natural abilities to like wake up, which I could kind of see. I don't know if it matters. Like again, there's a lot of stuff that like you could theoretically do, and it is technically an improvement, but how much is the extent? And it's like it's probably like a 2% convenience factor. Yeah, but I'm trying to be optimal. Sure, I guess. What do you call it? Gnawing also said, I rarely drink coffee, though, although blood... Yeah, I think sugar... Again, I think that might be, like, I think sleeping thing, if there's ever, like, something where, like, you just kept trying all the stuff that people suggested and it kept coming up, like, shit, I think it might be, like, a nutrient deficiency. Because I do know that. Like, I find, like... I'm into this thing where, like... Yeah, there's, like, the nutrients that people say you should have a lot of, like, vitamin D and stuff like that, man, but I have, like, really bad digestion. Like, I don't eat things really well. Then ever since I've started having... it sounds crazy, but, like, almonds... Almonds apparently are really good for like balancing your alkaline. So like my body has natural acid in it. Like when I have like lemon, I just feel like shit, like super terrible after having like a lemon. I fucking love lemon. It's terrible. But that kicks the shit out of me, and I don't know why. But I think it's because it raises like the acidity value of your blood and all that stuff. But what was the other one that popped into my head? I have that, and then I have it was another thing. I can't think of it, but maybe yeah. I also have turmeric, which I know is pretty okay for you. Yeah, but there's another thing I did that that helps me with that. I can't think of what it is. God damn it. Anyways, whatever. We could drop down there, but is that?
9 Fetus said I only drink diet pop. I have been a diabetic since I was like 2.5.
Ah, I see.
Taking a shot of insulin for a can of pop is too much work,
Oh, yeah.
not enough profit.
No, buddy, I got that. My mama's a diabetic. My mama's also a diabetic that doesn't make any fucking sense. She's got like an autoimmune disorder type thing, kind of diabetic. Like it does not make sense why she's like. Normally people who have diabetes usually have like it's not always. It's probably a bad like overarching consensus kind of thing. But because this is not always the case. But again, most people who not most. There's a consensus a little bit with diabetics, people who are like they have they what do you call it? They naturally hang on to weight more and all of these other variables.
Lone
that
Syndicate
contribute to
said
having
Mama
diabetes.
Gominasai, Bonyu Gominasai, Jukuho Gominasai, Jukuho Gominasai, Jukuho, 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 Bigabuba, Jukuho, Bigabuba, Jukuho, Miraku, 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 ZA, Jukuho.
We should probably put a cap on how much it can read. That was a lot. Anyways, what I was gonna say is my mom, she does not look like every time she goes to do her diabetic work or anything like that. The doctor's always like, "What the fuck?" Because she's a very thin lady, who's also very small, like just a very small frame person. Maybe weighs like 120 pounds. Pretty short too, all that stuff. And oh, sorry, my friend, I didn't know you were a real boy.
Gnawing Fetus said same here. I weigh 115
Yeah.
pounds soaking wet. Immune system killed off my pancreas when I was 2.5.
Jeez, yeah, what do you call it? Yeah, you're in the same situation as my mom then. Yeah. But it sucks. She has to inject herself with insulin every night, and it's constantly like a thing where as a person who has a person in the family with that, it is both like I do not want it, while simultaneously also being like it puts a little bit of dread in you a little bit, because like sometimes I'll hear like footsteps. Or like I heard my mom getting up in the middle of the night, essentially, and I'm like, oh fuck, and I gotta go check because she might be going through her like a weird thing, because maybe she ate like a little bit too much sugar and that spiked it, but then she took insulin, so then it's dropping, and if it's dropping, it's terrible because it can lead them to passing out and shit like that. It being high is not great either, but it's not fucking getting passed out.
At a good moment. One of my formulas was swallowed by a petty frog. Stay and help. A deity like myself will not short you.
Okay. How do I? Oh, I have it. This happens a lot.
Oh, how wondrous! You go.
You need me a drink upgrade, I think.
Man follows earth. Earth follows sky. Sky follows
Binge
down.
with Babish video
Down
today that
follows
had this clip in it.
nature.
He spits on it. Turns black. Yuck.
These common pills, I grant you. Hereafter, you may craft more yourself at the shrines. I must retrieve a furnace forthwith.
Man, you are
Pray
the most
forgive my
scary thing I've
departure.
ever seen in my life.
Loan syndicate said for anyone curious for what that means in English, it means dot mommy sorry breast milk sorry milf sorry milf sorry milf 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 big booba milf big booba milf
That
milk
couldn't have
milk
worked
milk
out
milk
better.
the milf.
There is an RNG chance for you to get a random voice. Lone also got the Asian Japanese voice, sorry. And also, it spoke it as English. So it was couldn't have went better, actually.
Gnawing Fetus said I'm just glad I got it so young. I don't truly know any different, so I can see it being a pain in the dick if you're used to not having to count carbs and check blood sugar and take shots suddenly.
Oh, fuck, what do you call I feel the same way with my hands, what do you call it, man. I was born with, like, missing most of the bones in my fingers and shit. And people all my life would be like, oh, how is that? And I'm like, I don't even know what it's like to have normal hands. So, like, to me, I'm fine. At best, I'm a little bit frustrated sometimes where I'm like, damn it. that motherfucker's able to do like a mace swing around his head with like a 40-pound kettle with a mace, and I'm like, I can't like wrap my fingers around the mace head essentially. Like this one I can, because I can get my middle finger, which has two bones in it essentially, but this one only has one bone. So there's no like, this one has this little bend, so I can basically hold. But this one only has like a clamp, so I can't actually like, wrap my fingers around, so I can't do some of those, which is a little bit shit. That's the only thing when it's like limiting essentially. That can be a little ass. But other than that, it's much worse things as well, you know. I do agree though. Like, yeah, if a person just like lost all finger movement, that'd be a pain in the dick for sure. Again, it's like it's always better to be born with something than to have like tasted what it was to have it without it. You know what I mean? Or to live with it without it. Have it and then live without it. There we go. Yeah, there's like a gap essentially in your feelings. How? I feel like I'm going the wrong ass way now. I feel like we're backtracking in a way. All right, we're definitely backtracking. I think unless we're not. Surely we missed something. I wish there was a fucking like thing that's like, hey, it's weird because they do have this like little thread, like a tether. So like clearly that's a thing. So like what the hell's happening? Yeah, let's go over here. What's this little baby statue, man? Did we go over there and talk to him, I think? Are you real? No, you're a statue. Okay. Should I go in there, or is that where we came from? I mean, where we came from, but I just didn't see. Yeah. Let me tell you, Wukong just blasts through everything. Travel back to where we were, because I don't fucking know what the hell's happening. What's this? What? Oh, I can make random buffs. No. Hell no. Travel. It wants me to go here. Or maybe that's saying that's where I am. Must be. What the fuck? Where are odds? Nah, I'm going again. Don't go too much. there should be yeah. It'll make me have to implement a spam filter, okay? Don't hit me. But it says, Grin, I actually know somebody with the same hand. What? What? Like the same? I've never met one person in my entire life that has anything that's near like that. I've seen people who basically like, it's the same-ish adjacent thing essentially, where like it looks like you just had like not enough time in the oven. You know what I mean? Like you should have probably been in the womb a little more than you were. That's not what happened, by the way. I was in the womb for the normal amount of time. I just decided like, fuck it, I'll leave. Oh, what's good, Lord? We missed you, buddy. What do you call it, Lord? I wanted at some point in the stream to talk to you guys about some story things I've been thinking up, and I wanted to just run them by you guys. I thought it'd be fun. I know you're into storytelling, so I thought I'd make sure you're here when I rambled about it. So I'm happy you're here, buddy. I'm not sure when we'll get to that. Hopefully in a couple, an hour maybe? Maybe less? I mean, we have not encountered one boss yet, and I feel like I'm shitting myself because we should probably have done that at this point. Alright, so we came through here, we exited this bit, we fought this cool boss, we then looped this way, which, is there more to the left that I didn't consider? Must be. Must be, right? Yeah, what do you got? I'm really curious about that, Bolty. What, to what extent was his hands like mine? Like, yeah, like exactly like mine, or like, what would his hands look like if you were to describe it? Or rather, was a kid. I was a kid since it's been a while since we've had any contact. Yeah. I just want to know if if they were genuinely similar, because I know people that have like pseudo different, like similar, but not like that. Like to me, you'd be able to connect the thread, so to speak. Which I'm not that I would want to know that. Like that's incredible, because I've never met anyone who has like that. I've seen people who like didn't have an arm properly developed in vitro, or whatever you want to call it. So I've seen that. But what was the other thing I was gonna say? Yeah, I forget what it was. Some crazy shit. No, sorry, that was what I was gonna say. I did know a guy in my school when I was younger, which blew me away. He had a finger that had an exposed bone essentially. So I think it was his ring finger, which essentially had like a chunk, almost looked like somebody like cut off like one of your fingers essentially, but then there was like a bead of bone poking out, and like the skin just kind of was just like as if you were to like, I don't know, take a finger, cut off a chunk, and then squeeze it so that like a little bit is jetting out. And yeah, he had an exposed bone finger, and he would tap it on the thing, and it was 100% a fucking bone. And I was just like, how does the body, like that's, how could you just have an exposed bone? Doesn't hurt, doesn't get irritated. Yeah, and like it's not bleeding. Like it just, it blew me away. Like again, I could see like, oh, you missing a thing, but not like you have an exposed bone in your pointer finger essentially, or your ring finger. I thought it was like, wow, I did not think that was possible. You know, yeah. Oh, is this a chest? No, it's not. We got some zombies. I think this was a place we meditated, so probably nothing much there. I think I already meditated, so I think that's a waste. Won't be getting a perk from it. We got some healing points. Laura says, I sense of amusement just became my favorite mod. Ooh, what's that? What's that, Lord? A sense of amusement. What's that? I would love to hear the overall premise of it. Oh yeah, we had this way to go, right? I forgot about that. Yeah, this looks like something. Oh shit. Looks like a big bit of something. Stop hitting me. Chill out. Good news is those guys can get juggled. I guess we could have like slipped and slided past them, but what's the fun in that? Where's the carnage? The blood for the blood god, all that. Ooh, there's a little bit of essence over there, but that's just essence. I want this chest. Solid. Open this chest. Overconfidence. Bang. We got blood of Iron's bull. Okay. Let's see if we can get up there. Oh no. There's a lot of enemies right there. We climb up this. Then we can roll for the win. It's a lot of damage. Yes, I will find my way to you. Think we can make that jump? Don't think so, but maybe. I hear people talking. This may not be a jump we can make, but let's send it! Ha! Nope, the game won't even let me. The game was like, that's not allowed. You'll die. I'll save that little bit of... Oh no! Oh! How corny. I'm getting eviscerated. I don't even know how to dodge. It's not even that steep. Damn. Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh, cutscene? Hit me with the tunes. Revenge thriller, okay.
Easy, easy.
Yeah, my hands were much smaller when I was younger, yeah, because you were younger, yeah. But amazing enough, it was somehow capable of using a PS3 controller somehow. Yeah, you figure it out. You can jump around, yeah. You can do a claw grip and shit. Oh, is that one of my hairs? A hair from the original, maybe?
This befits you grandly. Aye, luckily I've kept it close for its rightful owner.
Gave me crabs. Just gave me some crabs from the old king. Yuck. That'd be terrible, man. Crabs for like, if you were fucking hairy as hell. Pluck of many. I think this is it. Blow strands to duplicate. Yes, baby.
Lone Syndicate said rock on my headless friend.
Boom, let's rock. We got the ability to summon creatures, I think. But blow strands into the air to duplicate to yes, so now we can summon multiple monkey. What is the thing? Oh, yes! Thank you! Is it equipped? I don't know if you equipped it on my character. Okay.
放鞭发门归见子，旁人以为西汉我做到旁门不容了。
What was that? What was that? Ew. All right. Yes. Rock on, my headless friend. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't take for whatever reason. Yeah. It's like the text bot is like, you know what? Oh, I do have caps lock protection. I think that's what that means. So if you do caps lock a lot, I think it's just like, I thought it would just like not. Oh, it might like genuinely. I probably should fix that. Caps lock. Is that what's causing that to not go through? This is the streamer, but yeah, StreamBot. No, it shouldn't have caps lock protection, so I don't think that's what's happening. I can't equip case sensitivity, which maybe that's, I had it off, but maybe that's on would fix it. I don't know why that didn't go through. Ha. Ooh. Bodhi says, oh no, that rock on, my friend. Ooh, guys, let me tell you, I am gonna become a fat bitch. I got me some Doritos here. My lovely parents got me popcorn. Full bag of fresh popcorn. Haven't had a single bit. It's sealed in there. It's also in the void, apparently. I'm also sweating my ass off. Sorry, it's hot. I'm so done with summer, man. I want it to be done and gone. Set me free and all that. All right, self this. Cultivate spirit stuff. No, not that one. Although we probably should find one and just send it eventually. But we have this. So this is essentially it, boys. We summon fucking four Wukongs to stomp on enemies' skulls and annihilate them, which is I was still on face cam. Give it a minute. Boom, boom, boom. I know it's very tiny. I'm so sorry. It's a very small image, but I'll show you in a minute here. Each talent level moderately increases the duration of the duplications. Definitely buying that, maxing that the fuck out. Probably after we do the spin to win game. After using the pluck of many, hitting enemies moderately extends the duration of the duplication. Hell yes! Moderately increases the damage dealt by the duplications nearby. Grants a moderate amount of focus for each successful light attack dealt by duplications. Got it? Moderately increases the maximum health of duplications. Ha! Each talent level grants an additional duplication at the cost of the of more mana. Got it. So each talent. So having more stacks. That's actually huge. Well, it takes up more mana, so it's that good. Huh? Slightly increases the damage dealt by duplications when using another spell after pluck of many. Hell yes. And then the last one, which can't even get yet. At appropriate times, duplications can use immobile. Yeah, so this is the thing that makes it broken as hell. Your special monkey guys can fucking use your superpowers, like stun. So, like, if you have, like, this leveled up, and then you have, what is it called? Not that. What is it? Not transformations. Not cloud step. Not rock wall. This, immobilize. If you have immobilize, and you have this fully leveled up, and then you have your clones use it, they'll fucking stun something and then just, like, punch it in the chest. So, like, they'll get the max proficiency of this, and they'll have 7 of those back-to-back summoning. Crazy! Laura says, it's the name of the manhwa. It's called Sense of Amusement. Look it up. No, I know, but I just wanted, like, to, like, if I would told you about SS rank Suicide Hunter, I'd give you guys, like, a sales pitch about what the premise is, which is, like, hey, here's a guy who... in a world of, like, I know, superhero fantasy, modern day fantasy setting, there's a guy who gets a skill to basically, like dying, he goes back in time one day, and he steals the power of whoever he kills. So the guy, instead of just being like, I'm gonna live a full life and be selfish and have my own way, he instead gets killed. This is how he discovers he has his power. He gets killed by, like, the #1 guy, the strongest being in the city that is all this fantasy stuff is happening in. So he instead travels back like 20 years, killing himself over and over and over again, so that he can finally kill the hero guy before he became so strong, and basically make it so that the world doesn't have a shitty bastard as the dominant hero. And that's kind of the premise. And then he kind of, like, has to fill in where he was. That's SS rank Suicide Hunter. So good. I thought the headlines singer was singing Chinese cover of Bajas? Okay. Bahu? I don't say it. I don't say it. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll fight the fuck out of this boss in a hot minute. Actually, I used the washroom because we've been drinking Gamer Stuff the whole time. Also, did I finish my coffee? Oh my fuck, I didn't. And we still have a full fucking thing of Gamer Stuff. Oh my god, we'll be streaming longer today. Ooh, we're not sleeping tonight. Oh. Alrighty, let's see if these clones. Well, they're not leveled up at all, so it's probably just gonna be like fine. But yeah. Also, do we have them equipped? Oh, this is our first. Okay, so this is the only one that we can fit here. Oh, sorry guys. I got like bubbles in my chest. I chugged all that water. Coffee. Not water, coffee. Alright, boss fight. I know there's a boss fight here. I think I've seen it in the video, so. Let's rock. Let's throw down. Yellow Wind formation. Is that not a boss? Man, I thought there was a boss. Maybe we'll go this way. Maybe we should go the other way. Ooh, it's a new ZZ event. I just finished the story for Jane Doe, which is very cute. Also, I don't know what people were talking about. People were talking about like they were shipping the Fox Boy and Jane Doe, and I'm like, I mean, outside of them, like, just yeah, there's not much like, not anything there. People are weird. Anyways, what I was also gonna say is, I got to that stupid event that's like it's like Papers, Please, except it's just kind of annoying. Like, I don't know, it just it felt me like maybe I shouldn't have the heart to play it really hardcore. I was kind of just like, is this good? Luckily, you don't need a lot. What is that? What is that thing? Hold to view. Okay, hold. Okay. It's not showing me. I'm holding it, but it's not doing it. Oh, you're an enemy. Oh, you're a bad guy. This is it. This is the moment. Eat. Okay, that puts me in a vulnerable state for a while. Freeze. Fuck his life up. Make him regret even looking at us. Bang! Okay, I'm feeling this. Oh, what? Why am I do this? Get out of there! We're in the essence of death. Ew, that dude has a fucking back full of eyes. Oh, it just dawned on me what the hell that was. Fucking, why don't I expend all that for that one hit? Oh, I don't think I have the skill max though. That's probably what it is. Oh, I just realized. I am poisoned. Die already, motherfucker. Damn. He's doing too much. Oh, he just healed from that. I'm trying to get out of there. Ah. Man, okay, this other guy's just, oh, that son of a bitch, little rat possum fuck, is trying to eat my toes. Motherfucker. Is he life stealing off me with the blood? Why? Why? Okay, hit me midair? You just wait until my gang is ready to jump you. As annoying as shit. Heal, man. We had that in the bag. By the way, I could have used the stun and hit him. I wanted to summon him with the beast and stuff like that. Yeah. Again, once again, I'm like, I want to kill you in this way. Don't deviate. This thing. Still a little corny though. Yeah. Again, I don't know how he got all his health. I wasn't paying attention. Did he get it from his like he dealing damage to me, or did he just have a heal thing? If that's the case, maybe he's a boss fight we should try to will down all the way to the bottom and then summon our stuff. Summon our people. He also has a lot of these little fuckers around, which is pretty annoying. So he's right here. Oh, he knows I'm here. Finally, a good hit. Does not do a lot of damage until we build up enough stuff. Oh. Should not have healed yet. Fine, I'm gonna do this. Shit. Okay, good. He didn't stop me from doing it. I wish we didn't. Dang, beat him up! Beat him up! Bang! That was... We were curb stomping that bitch. That was wild. Eat him! Kill my boys! Yes! It doesn't look like they have the same powers as me, which is kind of cool. Bang! Alright, let's heal up. All of it. Take this. Ooh, this is the purple one, too. I wonder what this gives you. And there's like a healing blood area, because that's pretty fire. Lone says, it gave me a trial version of Grace, and Grace with Jane is Chef's Kiss. Oh, is it good? Dang. Dang. I wonder if that's them being like, hey, these characters go real well together. So if you get her in this thing, if you get her in like for your next character to get, that's pretty good. I think we just got pretty good. Let's see. Gore Eye. We summoned to a gross pimple monster thing, and we smash the ground. Ooh, that does not seem terrible. Although I don't know what it's doing. Take the form of Gore Eye that wield a staff topped with toad, whose eyes melt a crimson glow. They withstand glow that your attacks will enhance. Oh, okay, so it buffs up our attacks. The staff vanishes on its own after a while. Got it. Moderate increases health. That might be something interesting trying. What are we trying right now? The guy who summons some range. It's not. Yeah, let's do that. I think it's going to take far too long to cast, but hey, let's try it. Buffs up our damage when we're fighting a boss. We kind of want to melt them down. Actually might be like the perfect combo, especially if we're going to use the summoner stuff quite a lot, so we can summon our boys and then stun them and then just like let it rip when it comes to the other stuff. To like also we'll put down like a buff on the ground. I think that should work. Oh my god, you're pushing me off the edge. No, don't focus on that thing. Like that. Woo! Time that well. Kick. Chill. Trying to build up my stamina again, you motherfucking so aggro heavy. Now that like resistance buff we get from that is pretty wild. Oh, I am so fast. That's good for you, actually. Reach! Nailed it! Also, you only use one charge for that, so it's pretty nice. But again, eventually we'll get enough points to where we can make that one charge. Where are you? This? Yes. Damn it, it's 2 charges. But yes. I was wondering why we weren't like dealing a shit ton of damage, but it's because we didn't have the last one unlocked. But as soon as we unlock this one, we're gonna be able to use all 4 of our charges to do some wild shit. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is I thought we had 4 charges. It increases the maximum amount of focus points from 3 to 4. With 4 focus points, does not sustain for long, and its gauge depletes over time. Oh. If I charge this up 1 tick, 2 ticks. I guess that's, I don't know. I don't know why that's the way it is. Also, Lord says, I was looking at a mobile game, and it was from Korea, and a woman character put Japan female characters to shame. For what, sorry? For Korea? I was looking at a mobile game where Korean and woman characters put Japanese female characters. Really, Lord, I feel like it's definitely different, man, because I find the opposite. Well, yeah, I find that like, specifically Koreans, like ladies always look like dolls to me. Like they look like they have crazy symmetry in a weird way, and it looks a little. It's just surprising to me, like how they have like really long necks is usually like a thing, something that people determine to be attractive and stuff like that. Which I mean, to each their own, but to me, it's not necessarily what I think is pretty, you know. But maybe that was just the wrong example of some of the Korean characters I've seen, but that's definitely been the experience that I've seen from them, from the art difference, I should say. But yeah, ooh, my forehead. I see. Yeah, what do we call Lord? Yeah, to me, I'm not sure. Like maybe it's a different thing, like based on what people like, etc. But I don't know. I found it surprised me. Like I didn't think there'd be such a stark difference, you know. But maybe again, I don't know if if like what the characters you say are similar. Like, do they have like longer necks and like they're much thinner, and they have like it's like a lot. To me, I find Japan is semi. Oh.
I'm here, little monkey. Let me hear my rattle drum.
What the fuck? Oh, I love those things. We had those when I was younger.
Pa
Fuck
told
that was.
me, when the dust stops, my cough stops. I know you're not from around here. Don't frown like that. Our village is fun. I know an old man in the stone, and a piggy who steals all the drinks. And at the bottom of that well, that's a secret.
Okay. How does one get to that well? Creepy disembodied voice. Weird. Oh, fuck. Grow staff. Form. Bang. Bang, bang. Oh, that chest. I almost missed that. Holy shit. Laura says, I see. Japan is on... Oh, that's what I was about to say. Sorry, before I forget my thing. I was going to say, to me, I find Japan is someone who... They pseudo-embrace youth, but I feel like Korea specifically, like, really buffs, like, leads into youth. Like, it's all about how young you can look and how, like, supple your skin looks and all these kinds of things. And I find I'm much more in the other way. I like maturity, etc. I want it to go, yeah, up, not down, not lower age, higher age, please. That kind of thing. Yes. Oh, what's this? Some herbs? But anyways, Lord says, Chinese-style characters look more cuter and majestic. Okay, by tomorrow, I'll show you a video of Korean. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah. Yeah. We can't go through that door, unfortunately, unless we can now. Is it cracked because we had that weird premonition with that girl who talked about fucking wells or something? I definitely think that's a part of this game, which I don't know if I love, but it's like quests are not really straightforward. It's like the Dark Souls conundrum of like, is this right? Is this what we're supposed to? Yeah, this is. Have I been here before? I think so. Yeah, I think that's where I fought this big bad guy. Oh, weird. Okay, so this is another way we could have went, I guess. Oh, but I don't think I could have went this way because it was closed probably from that other direction. Gotcha. Makes sense. Let's go ahead and I want to fight one more boss, and then I want to talk to you guys about this whole story thing that I've been thinking of, because I recently got into not recently, sorry. I was writing a lot of stories for YouTube and stuff like that, like gameplay trailers and stuff like that. Or not trailers, sorry, like videos. So I have to think about like how this will interface with gameplay and all that stuff. And it if you do anything for too long, you start to get a little like frantic. Like your brain just starts to not love, the same thing over and over and over again. Chill. Anyways, so to me, today. I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of do a little bit of both. So, like, yeah, dude, YouTube, stop. Damn it, you hit me. I wish I hit more. So it did debuff me. Bang. No stamina is a problem. Dang it! Yeah, that like armor resistance we get from doing that spinny kick is wild. Crazy. I think we went that way, didn't we? No. Yeah, no, that's where it just came from. I mean, Jesus. Anyway, so like I was saying, I was to me, I think it'd be a good idea to oscillate between like writing stories for YouTube and then writing stories just for like novels. So it was like just like a light novel kind of story. And to me, I don't want to get too into it yet, but I think I could explain some of like my reasoning. But like I really love premises. Like to me, I think it's just like it makes writing fun. When instead of you being like, oh, I'm gonna make this complex drama, or I'm gonna make a war thriller, just having like a really fun premise to like build in a world. Whether it's like, and it's funny because you can literally do what the anime thing is, which is like tell yourself a really strong prompt essentially. Like what would be something that would be an interesting prompt that you would want to like write in. One of the old ones I had, which I thought was neat, was to take like a delinquent like kid, like you know how Japan has like a classic delinquent like blonde hair and like shaved sides, etc. Looks more like a punk essentially, like a punk rocker. At least that's how I know them. But taking that person, and it wouldn't be fun seeing that person isekai'd, and then seeing that person who has that kind of like gangster, we take care of the gang, we take care of our people, conquer essentially like a classic fantasy world, and then him kind of being remembered in that world as like a just king, but in reality he was just a person who had like these weird mantra of belief in his crew and all that stuff. I thought that'd be a really cute way to tell to create a story in that kind of context. But I had these two ideas which I want to run by you guys, which I thought would be fun, and I could explain like why I think they're exciting and fun, and like the moments that I think would make them special. Also, I don't know if we want to go that way or this way. This way looks a little bit more. Oh, we may not be able to go this way. This is the tornado. Uh-oh.
Besides every sage, a villain resides.
Ah, shit.
Beneath every mountain, an abyss lies. Where disparities persist, bloodbaths may arise. I cannot escape, and nor can you!
Hot damn! I'm about to say, this is a boss fight. Not optional. Oh, fuck. Ah, okay. Oh, my God. You be giving me tiny little bosses to fight, and then you have me with this shit. Yep. We got 3 hits.
Has bested the monkey once again. Open your eyes and behold.
I don't like that. I don't like his peacocking bullshit of like, hey, look at me. Ho. I'm not sure if we'll fight him, like play until we beat him. We'll give it a couple more tries, but I do want to kind of like start winding down and telling you guys that story stuff. But this might take a little bit of time. Also, I probably should down that before I get too ahead of myself. Ah. Man, chugging protein shakes for like years gives you the ability just to fucking inhale liquid. Not a great sense. What's the pro strat we rock in here with? What do you think? We activate. Yeah, let's just try to get as close as we possibly can. Let's hit him with our strongest stuff as soon as possible.
A skinny wretch like
let's
you
hit with this.
has come far enough.
Shit. Oh, we might kill our people before we got a thing. We have to put down the stake. That'll increase all of our damage. Oh, lock on, please. Woo. Burn all of our stamina. Get the hell back. Push in. He's gonna summon some bullshit. Alright, well that was not a great amount of damage, if I'm honest. This guy I feel like is gonna have a second phase. He's gonna be one of these sons of bitches. Oh! Man, you need to chill. Once again, I come to the conclusion that the stun ability is all you really need. Oh, I find it so frustrating. I'm trying to activate my stun ability, it won't work, and I'm focusing on why is it going? I have enough stamina and everything. It just won't fucking fire off. But yeah, he doesn't actually feel that bad when he's fighting. Like there's moments when if I was less aggressive, I'd probably be able to dodge through his stuff, and if I just made sure I was constantly trying to learn his combo, I don't think it'd be bad. That makes me terrified because I think he's big enough to have a second phase. Yeah, I mean, where this is the bullshit. This character is not going to be one and done. He's holding a Buddha skull. How much you want to bet he sticks that shit on his head or something and starts to merge with a rock? Is it a rock or is it a severed head? I don't know what it really is. It is a man holding a face. Whether it's real or not, I have no idea. But he's a rat, so it's all crazy. Anyway.
How dare you come back? Why do you have to come back?
That's pretty cool. So it's canon that our character is massively enduring. Ah! Dodge too early there. Woo! Can't hit me with that shit. Damn, he stopped me with that. Man, you are a little bit too presumptuous. Up you want to here, and then this. I heal up a little bit. Ah, too aggressive. Somehow I am not getting hit by him, and it is definitely one of the marvels of the world, let me tell you. Woo! Everybody dodge that shit. Dodge. Gonna dodge.
One more taste of my Samadhi wind!
I'm trying to do things. There. God damn, man. You don't miss a beat. Oh, this is bullshit. Why is he not? I can't see him. Bullshit. Damn it. He's like, actually, I don't have a second phase, but I do just start running around like an asshole. I'm like, hey, guess what? You know how you can see me? No. And again, it sucks because I know, this is pretty fun. I'm having a good time. I know it's similar to the bear fight that we had, where I think it wants you to okay, now it's time to disengage and run, which again, it makes sense, but it also as a player, you oftentimes feel like, well, damn it, man, I love fucking pressing him, putting some fucking pressure on him, locking him in, etc. That's always fun. So when the game's like, nah, we're not gonna do that, it's a little bit like, dang it, damn you. don't take my fun away from me. But again, it makes for a really good boss fight. It makes for kind of a special boss fight. But also, it also makes it a little bit cookie cutter because it is very obvious of like, now is the time when the boss fight does the thing, and it's like it's doing the thing. But probably we'll call it there. But ladies and gentlemen, holy hot diggity! I probably should keep my headphones on. Yesterday I was talking to you guys and I took my headphones off. I couldn't hear the AI voice when it was talking to me, text to speech. So I was just like talking about some random shit was going on. But essentially, ladies and gentlemen, again, like I said, I want to talk to you guys about some story things. So again, I'm getting really into. Not really into. I've always loved stories dearly. So, and I don't know. I think it's an entirely different muscle, is the notion of like writing a story like a novelist and stuff like that. But I thought it'd be something fun to do in this on the side. Granted, I think it's an interesting medium. Where I'm not sure if it's gonna succeed in the future, but we'll see. Probably. I can imagine people who don't want stories, and I think usually the novel is like the building block of everything else that comes after it when it comes to like a franchise or movie or something like that. Anyways, getting a wee bit ahead of ourselves, but. What do you call it? One of the premises I was thinking about when I was working out today, and I thought, that'd be a really fun premise. Oh God, sorry, did you guys hear that? Sorry. Nope. No. No. Can I not just fucking go to nothing? I hate it. There. I don't know if you guys are hearing all that weird AI voice in my ear. It could just be my headphones, but it's I just realized there's me probably being like, no, stop. What? Yeah, what the heck? Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't hear anything. Give me a second. Shit. Why? Alright, hopefully is that working again? I still can't hear anything in game. There. Okay, it's good. It's man. Fucking wireless headphones are sometimes the worst. Sorry.
Gnawing Fetus said, check for Grinn's headphones.
Thanks. Thank you, Gnawing. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, it was annoying. Anyways, I want to talk to you guys about the story thing I was thinking about. So essentially, are we wrapping up? No, but yeah, well, kind of, but not really. I want to ramble at you guys about these story ideas that I had because again, I really thought it was exciting to write about. My favorite thing that makes me excited about stories is basically like a fun prompt. So like, you know, I think it's why as much people hate isekai, it just makes for like a really easy guiding line to kind of have fun and create a universe.
Bolty_1337 said, nope, we can't hear the voices in your head, Grin.
Sorry, it's my headphone voice. It's like hyperspeed wireless, CSGO, Valorant, and I'm like, I don't want any of those. Just give me like bugs. He's trying to change the like game sound profile. I just want it like flat. I don't want to hear any sort of weird curves, so you can hear the low ends more than the high ends. Anyways, so. One of the premises that I thought would be really fun to do, and one of the things that I love, again, all this, as much as this may sound corny to people, like the whole isekai and all that stuff, like people, it might be a little bit played out. Irrespective of that, for me, like writing something for the first time in a long time, I wouldn't mind the helping hand of one of those. So to me, I came up with this thing that I thought I haven't seen, and I love isekai and like fantasy novels and stuff like that. I should say manga and stuff like that. So I have a deep love for them, but I haven't found one that has this premise yet. I found one that was similar-ish, but not too crazy. Pole dancer, or right, it's actually great. Nub, I completely turned around. The pole dancer meta is fucking fire. It is so good. It has every solution to every problem, and has like you have safety. You have I haven't got the max tier of the heavy hit, but yeah, we'll get that later. Also, yeah, hi Nub. You're right. Back to me wanting to write a story just to kind of get out of my head for the whole YouTube thing. A premise I haven't found for a story yet when it comes to the whole like manga thing is the premise that is like a person who gets isekai'd or whatever, or put into another, maybe it's regression. It probably would have to be isekai in this context. But the idea is a person who really, really likes builds. A person who like meticulously waits and goes over like every excruciating detail of a build to see if there's a possible breaking point within it. So the idea behind the novel thing that I think would be a fun premise is if somebody dies and I don't want to do like the stupid Buscoon just fucking like levels a dude because I think it's kind of boring. I think it'd be much better to do it in the way that what's the reincarnated jobless, where like you actually have a person that has gone through something that makes him special, or not special, makes his mindset different as he goes into a this reset essentially. Anyways. I thought it'd be really cool to also do something that I've seen from other stories, which is the idea is say you get isekai to this weird place, well, you end up meeting essentially like God, but instead of it being like you sitting and having a conversation with God, instead, God basically, you're in this white void, and he basically tells you, hey, you have to pick from, he basically tells you the world you're going to, your fantasy, whatever nonsense, gives you a quick breakdown of all the things that you would say, and hopefully the main protagonist, hopefully in the novel, would be someone who's asking like genuine questions to understand more and more about this and that. Anyways, but the thing that I thought would be cool, and this is kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about, is like these key moments that I think would make it interesting and fun to play off of. So the idea is that you go into this white void, and you are immediately brought up to speed on where the hell you're going when eventually you quote unquote reincarnate or whatever, and you were given 3 options.
Raidnade said, all right, I am going to head out. Need to
Bye,
charge
Ray.
my phone. Wonderful stream, as always.
Enjoy the rest of your night. But anyways, I was going to say that, so the dude pulls like a lever or something like that, and he has like a weird, shitty gacha-like system that starts ticking by, essentially. And then he has 3 cards or 3 billboards or something like that that pop up in front of him, essentially. So, the first one like sparkles off in a big way, and essentially he unlocks a 5-star build, or skill tree, I should say. So the skill tree is hero. But funnily enough, as the main character looks through the skill tree, he ends up finding like that at the very end it becomes good, but it's super, super weak at the beginning. So he's like, I'm not sure about this one. So anyways, he goes and looks at the other 2 skill trees. And I think it'd be cool if the god in the background was kind of like, what? Like, why aren't you picking the 5-star skill tree? But because the main protagonist in this context is a person who's like meticulously crazy about builds and synergizing things to the utmost, he looks at the other builds. And the one that I think would be really cool, is kind of like an homage to my favorite type of build in any video game usually, is Grenadier, something like that. Grenader, essentially. The person that is like the explosive ordnance build. I always find it so much fun, and is oftentimes like crazy scaling and stuff like that. Anyways, so he looks through both of the options. I haven't decided what the third option would be, but I have decided on what the option he would choose is, which is basically Grenader. And it's like, it probably is going to be like a 3-star skill tree, like nothing crazy, 4-star skill tree maybe. Anyways, he scans through the beginning part of it, and one of the things that I would love to do, and this is kind of the context in which I want to kind of be given, is like there are pinnacle moments where you are given like 3 skill trees in total. This is his first skill tree to choose from. It's implied that there'll be other skill trees in the future. Instead of like thinking in the short term of like, okay, here's the hero skill tree, which is classic fantasy nonsense where you get a crown, looks hella cringe, and also at the very end, like the more companions you have in your party, and the more they idolize you, and you build up friendship points, the more you get powers or something like that. But like the first half of the skill tree that you're gonna have to get into is like, gives you more damage with swords. With specifically like short swords or something like that, and then he like later in the skill tree it gives you more damage with 2-handed swords, and the main character is like, what the fuck, man? Like, you're like, why am I buffing 2 types of swordplay when eventually like I'm gonna overpass that? Like, it's stupid. I'd rather have like you buff 2-handed swords, and then later down the line it lets you fucking enhance the 2-handed sword like fire or something. Like, that would be interesting, or not interesting but powerful. Anyways. So I want him to like basically find with it, and it's funny because I think I always pull things from like moments that happened to me that I thought were really awesome. So one of them is, we literally talked about this week, but Mose had like a skill which was her like second or her third skill that she unlocked in Borderlands 3, which was basically gave her the ability to have infinite grenades. So I think it'd be really cool for in this story. For like the god to essentially have just given a shit ton of knowledge to the main character, so we can kind of understand where he's going and what the hell the whole thing is. And I think it would be interesting for them to have this underlying thing with magic, and for Grenader to have some skill that essentially allows you to cheat magic in a sense, specifically in the sense that same like Mose, where like, oh, grenades are fairly powerful in Borderlands. The ability to like infinitely have grenades is exceptionally powerful. It doesn't even matter what's beyond that point. That fucking one skill makes Mose insane. So I wanted that to be the premise of this main character who basically analyzes the skill tree and realizes that like Grenader, even though it's a 4-star build or skill tree, is fucking cracked. Especially in the beginning, you have like instead of it being super specialized like the hero subclass or the hero skill tree, which is very much about like swords and shit. Instead, it's more broad about like all explosive damage, aka a damage within a AoE damage within a 5-foot radius minimum gives you all of these effects. So it's like, okay, this makes magic good, this makes like crafting good, and all of these things. So anyways, I wanted him to scan through that and then make a weird choice and pick like the lesser of the starred skill trees. So that's kind of fun. And I wanted him to be like annoyingly like analytical about it, like going through and being like, which thing can most be broken. And I think it'd be cool if you could call out certain things that were like, oh, that's insane. Like, again, the idea that like, oh, whenever you do explosive damage, you heal like by a percentage. And he's kind of like, and it would be cool to kind of go through the novel and like have him quickly break down the reason why that could be insane is because it's much, instead of like slowly regenerating, it's saying that it's going to give me like a flat 5% health back. So if I can keep detonating explosive damage immediately, I can like recover my entire health bar with like a bunch of tiny explosions. Anyways, it's basically like kind of tapping into like what made Moe's so fun for me, because I just really like Moe's. And that's an actual thing that happened to me where I found an OP build with Moe's. Anyways, so that's like one of the things that I think would be really fun to kind of play in, essentially. Also, Nong says summoner / controller, perhaps? What do you mean, control? No, so for me, I wanted, that's the other thing, Nong. But anyways, that's one of the things I think would be fun just to, like, play with an idea of, like, you guys could do the same thing of, like, what would be the skill tree that you would give this character that would be the thing that would maximize him? Anyways, so that's the first phase. So, like, again, he dies, he gets reincarnated, he talks to God a little bit, God gives an update, he picks his subclass, and then God gives him a second, basically, thing to do. That second thing to do is essentially is pick like a person that you are going to be connected with, almost like as a link that where you'll lead back together. So essentially, God says, hey, he brings him into another white room, except this time it is filled. The whole room is filled with silhouettes, essentially completely blacked out black 3D silhouettes of various characters. So you can't really see their face, but you can see the silhouette of them. That's pretty clear, and all that stuff. So God basically says, hey, you're gonna like, I basically can connect your soul with another person, so that you guys are basically like heavily drawn together and are almost like fated to be companions to some extent. This is kind of giving you an edge in a world where you may not have any friends. This is like a friend that you almost will guarantee have, or a companion, or whatever you'd want. Anyways, so the main character basically, or the character in this context, sees, first of all, the first character he sees, I want to be like the third character he sees, is like an absolutely crazy silhouette. Like a female silhouette that is like curvy like you would not believe. Ass, everything crazy. Like you just see a lot. Anyways, so he walks up and he can get more information. So he ends up looking up, opening up the window essentially to get more information about who this person is. And sure as shit, he ends up scrolling. He sees that, she's got like, she's okay in proficiency when it comes to swords. She's got all these other proficiencies. It's good. And I think, given how I think I want to make it go, I don't want it to be like the weird, like computer AI, like text window that pops up. I think it'd be cool if you're in fucking God's kingdom or some shit, and you're in this white void. It'd be cool if it was much more like the Matrix, where like it's literally like you're scrolling through like 3D book pages or some shit. Anyways, the point is that when he's scrolling, eventually he sees like a tab that lets you understand more about the character that you just looked into, and it's all dusty because no one ever looks at it. So the idea basically being the guy who's so obsessed with builds and plays RPGs a ton, he's trying to find like the most optimal character ever. So he's not only looking at like what's her star rating, how good is she with this weapon, how good is she with that weapon, but he's also looking at like who she is as a character. So you can go into like personality traits. So I ended up going into personality traits of this person, and he finds out that she's disloyal. Like, she looks great. She's like a very curvy, voluptuous body type person, but everything else terrible. Low loyalty, low kindness, terrible generosity, maybe like chaotic evil or some weird shit. Anyways, he quickly basically closes that as soon as he sees that, walks away, and immediately thinks, holy fuck, thank God I looked at that tab, or else I might have considered this. So then he ends up going through all of the silhouettes essentially, and like grinds them down for like, I want to say 8 hours. I want it to be like very clear that the main character is a freak, like an absolute freak. And he at the beginning of all this, he basically asked God if he's like, hey, do I have a time limit, or can I just like fully go into this? And God's like, yeah, there's no time limit. Space is nothing to me. Time is nothing to me. Alas, to me, I think it'd also be cool because you could, especially if it was ever like an actual TV series, you could see a bunch of different characters. Like all the silhouettes have a possibility of being all of these kinds of characters. Like companions, I should say. Anyways, with the main character being like exceptionally OCD and all that stuff, he basically comes to like 3 possible options. But the one option that I think I want to kind of try to lean on is the idea of like, what is the number one thing that you need when it comes to being an RPG, existing in like an RPG? You know, outside of you having a good build and your skill set, what is the number one thing outside of skills in an RPG? It's gear. So, to me, and this is also a trope that I just love and I don't think is used enough in anime, I love me the motherfucking jacked as hell Forge Maiden, okay? I think it's an underused sentiment. So, of course, the silhouette that he sees, big old fucking giant legs, abs, because that's not a thing. Okay, boo, but not crazy. Fine. And fucking, yeah, just looks like toned as hell, locked the fuck in, and she has a giant hammer beside her, essentially. Bang! Money and gear, exactly. So for him, he's like, okay, the one thing I need, especially if my build's Grenader, which is going to be like a DPS class, is I need a way to like get gear to make me be able to survive and thrive. So he's like, okay, this is out of all the characters here, out of all the characters I can be connected with, being connected with a person who makes gear, aka a Forge Master, is awesome. And it would be cool if, again, when he's scrolling through her kit to see that she's loyal, she's kind, she's generous, all that stuff. And of course, she has like a skill that will unlock eventually with enough like dedication that gives her like the master craftsman, like just an insane thing that makes her really, really proficient in the future. So he's like, okay, not only is this character like exactly what I need, but they have the potential to be absolutely cracked. And also we need to give some love to a different body type that we normally don't see a lot in anime and manga and light novels, which is a strong as shit girl with beefy legs. Okay. Anyways, there's a lot of big booba out there, not a lot of big legs. Anyways, the thing that I'm not sure about, and this is kind of where it's a fun premise to mess with. So
Lone Syndicate said, so you want a muscle milf?
Maybe not MILF. I don't know if she has to be like a cougary. She could be like a younger person, but sure. The point is that I think it'd be cool to have like a Forge Master. Anyways, it's funny guys didn't mention that. Bolty mentioned money and gear. So what I want to have happen is I want it to be explicit that like the god that's basically like pulling him through this encounter, to kind of have this realization of like this is weird, and I wouldn't mind making it. I wouldn't mind having the story warp the god's perception a little bit, in the sense that like the god could see his actions, which is just like trying to find the most optimal route that also matches his interests and like physical likes, but also the fact that the god from his perspective could be like, oh my god, you know, all of these horny little fucking isekai nerds that I always isekai into a new world, they always just go with the big titty idiot girl, and they get fucking killed in the first 2 minutes, and I gotta isekai them again, or fucking stupid shit. Dumb. But this guy, he's so nice. He's actually reading through all their problems, their positives, their negatives, considering it all, and he's going with this girl. Doesn't look crazy. Doesn't like blessed by the heavens as far as beauty, as far as he can see, because he can't see face. It's all blacked out. Just a black silhouette. But yeah, isn't that nice? So I want the second thing to have happen, which is essentially the third tick, is that God basically says, okay, you've gotten your skill tree, you've gotten your tethered companion, essentially. The third thing you're going to get is basically the last big haul, which is you're able to pick from 3 or 4 skills. Again, same thing. It's the gotcha system, baby. You pull a lever, you randomly get 4 skills. Not skill trees, skills. So he does it, and he basically gets all dog shit. Like, it's the worst luck ever. He has, like, garbage. Nothing very good. I haven't thought of what they could be yet, but, like, just stuff that is not very useful skills. In fact, some could be even, like, a positive negative that just wouldn't be worth it in his brain. Like, I think it'd be fun to mess with, which is, like, some people would be like, oh, my God, a bottle that has permanent water, but, like... Wow, what would be fun? But every time, but has a chance of like taking $1 every single time you drink, or some weird thing, something that could be good from. That's a bad example, but something that could be good, but the negative. Again, this is kind of playing into the fact that like a person who makes builds is not looking for like what is is basically looking at a point of leverage. What is something that could theoretically be extrapolated on and be insane? I.e., Moe's build, which was any kind of grenade damage you deal gives you like 1% of your health back. So if you have a grenade that hits like 1,000 times in a split second, you're gonna get max health constantly. So it's something that you can gamify. Something that's not just like, with the power of friendship, you do 200 more damage, I guess. Instead it's like, no, if you're able to do this super niche thing, you're able to get an uncomprehensible amount of value from it, Anyways, so with him basically getting like share of luck, he doesn't want any of these skills in front of him. I think it'd be cool because God basically perceives him as being a character that is like very thorough, very like, something that he hasn't seen in a while, which is a person who actually takes care of who he chooses. And I want him to kind of really lean on the fact that like a lot of people just choose the hottest or the most attractive or whatever silhouette or person, and don't even think about all the other things. So I think it'd be cool if the God was basically, okay, how about this? You don't get any skill, but I let you pick one more person to be tethered to. So that way you have a party of 2. And to me, I want to ask you guys again, in an RPG, what are the 2 biggest things to have for companions? One of them for me is gear. So if you can find a way to solve the gear problem, holy shit, are you fucking taken care of? But what is the other biggest thing that moves the needle in MMO or RPGs? MMOs too, sure, but mostly RPGs. To me, I'm not sure you guys reply, but to me, it's healers. So like if you have a competent healer in an RPG, holy shit, can it make or break and just make your game super, super easy. So to me, I think that'd be the other thing, except I think I want the God to give him a interesting question, essentially. So I don't want him just to be like, okay, go choose another girl or woman or man or whatever from the lot of people who are out there. I want him to be like, okay, how about this? You're going to give me all of these skills, so you're not going to get any skills, but I'll let you into the back door of the silhouettes, the quote unquote tethered people that you can bind to, but they're all the people that people didn't really want. Like they've been like neglected so much that they're not even a part of like the soul thing again. So anyways, so essentially as he's looking through all of these like new souls, he ends up seeing that they're all very, very different. So like one silhouette is clearly not like a human. It's like has long ears, has one's like very obviously a fucking minotaur and shit. So it's just like yeah, things are very out there. And I want him to, of course, know what he needs, which is a healer. That's a really valuable companion to have, especially when in this like turmoil reincarnation thing. So I think it'd be really cool if he basically picked one, but I don't know which one it would be yet. I don't know if I want it to be like a person that very obviously looks like orcish or very obvious like goblin-esque, but something along that line, something that you could have fun with, of like, okay, this is not your like first choice, but still the value is there, and that could be a lot of fun to play with. And yeah, so that's, but here's the thing. So that's the premise that I think would be really cool. You have like 3 phases that you could give this person, and again, the premise is that the person is really passionate about making builds. And that's something I haven't seen a lot in like isekai manga stuff. I've seen something that's adjacent where people are like, they play on hard mode, and because they play on hard mode, they're better about like breaking down what is a really powerful build strategy and stuff like that, but not too much. 2-man party. What does Boldy say? She should be able to die easily. Ideally linked with me. 2-man party. Yeah. Well, it could be anything. Oh, whichever characters you want. But I think it'd be cool having like a character that is like clearly a humanoid or whatever and being fine, and then having a second character that has to be different in some capacity. Whether it's like if you want to make a furry hybrid character, sure. You want to make a goblin-y character, you could. Doesn't matter. Ideally, for me, in my world, I think healer it makes sense, especially if the main character is like a DPS, and gear should probably give him enough tankiness to be able to endure. So the healer would be the thing that just gives him that edge. Anyway, Nong says skill, gear, healer, tank, but with your idea, the cracked level would still negate the healer part. Baked into your to me, I was just giving an example of like what I would consider to be a broken skill. So the ideal would be for the main character to basically have a moment in the story where he basically says, I don't want to choose the highest star rating skill tree, because the 4-star skill tree theoretically has things I can gamify more. Whatever those things are, I don't know. But I think that'd be fun. So here's the issue. So I have that, which I think is really fun. But I had that part figured out in my head. I had those 3 things I think would be fun to create a story in. But here's the other issue. for the longest time, I seen this one manhwa once, and it was so cool because it was this main guy who was basically a prince who his family was all killed, and he had like a crazy badass scarred face. Bye, bye, Lord. Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. But anyways, the one thing I really liked was this idea of like a very pretty person, but having pretty gnarly scars. Didn't take away from how beautiful they looked, but still just made them look a little different, made them stand out a little way. So I really like that concept, so I wanted to make a story about that as well. So the issue is I have these two premises that I think are neat, but the two, I have like part 1 of the story and then part 2, but these are basically different stories. Does that make sense? Or at least I think they are. But the premise with that one, which I think would be neat, is basically... and this is kind of a part of another manga that I read, but I thought it was really an interesting premise. But the idea is essentially there's a woodsman and his wife living in a cottage in like a fantasy world, essentially, and they end up coming across like a baby who's basically like been thrown away, and he's covered in scars. Clearly, he's been like he's a war. Yeah, who knows what the hell happened to him, but he's covered in scars. So the baby is basically sitting there. The huntsman and the wife couldn't conceive, so this is perfect. This is very similar to a story. If some of you guys know it, it's a fantastic manhwa, but similar setup to that. But what I would love, and this is kind of the other thing that I thought would be fun, is I really want to tell a story not only like that, which is like a person who is like a main protagonist that doesn't look like your normal main protagonist, which is the person who's like a main protagonist that's like scarred to shit. Not like grotesquely, but just to the extent in which you don't look like a generic fucking douche, essentially like black-haired guy, mop head, no defining characteristics because he has to be like subsumed on, essentially, you know? So I wanted a character to look pretty unique, and I think that'd be a good way to do it, and I think that'd be a way to also validate the fact that he does look so scarred, is by the fact that he was just like adopted kid, or a kid picked off, abandoned in the middle of a forest, and then this lovely family basically takes him in and cares for him. But I wanted the mother, essentially, to... it's funny, because how you think of stories is really interesting. I seen this moment when I was working and I was thinking about this, and I thought it'd be a really powerful moment where the main protagonist, who was raised by these beautiful, wonderful families, two fantastic people who weren't rich, that just lived in the mountains, for one night on Christmas, or not Christmas, sorry, one night on in a winter blizzard, a giant-ass bear starts to go for them. And the boy is basically seeing his this bear like lunge at his beloved family, and one he he ends up starting to feel like this weird memory from what happened when he was a baby, and again, if it was written in a manga, it'd be like this skeleton hand that slowly starts, like, again, it'd be like him on a battlefield with corpses everywhere, wrapped up in a baby blanket, essentially, and just as wolves are starting to like encroach on the baby, essentially, this skeleton hands basically just cover him like this, and that for that memory to hit him exactly when he's seeing this bear, and then when this bear is starting to go at his family, a skeleton basically just comes out of nowhere and fucking like smashes his limbs into him and starts fighting the bear, essentially. But the idea is, for this one, I really, really, really want to tell a summoner's story. So I really would love for there to be like a cool backstory about like why. Again, I think that all makes sense as far as like why this kid has like enhanced necromancer powers, why he's scarred to like absolute shit, why he also is like a necromancer that's not evil as well. It's because he has this loving family, but he also has this ability just to fucking send it. And I really like Ajin as well. It's like a whole other summoner kind of anime. Anyways, the point is that he keeps like summoning these like one skeleton after the other, and I want his mom to be a mage so she can kind of describe why what he's doing should be impossible. Like, you're summoning things without a circle. You're also like throwing like hundreds. You're throwing like not only one skeleton but two skeletons, three skeletons. Like, this shouldn't be possible, essentially. And I want her to kind of like draw attention towards that. And then, of course, I want him to black out. But I don't think I want to do that thing that most stories do, which is like, oh, our son has like dark powers, we shouldn't tell him, and then wait until he gets older and then just fucking biff it, essentially, you know? So I want them to be like, no, we're gonna have to make it so he's okay. Like, we're gonna have to like straight up be good parents and try to help him like just unravel these kinds of things. So I think that'd be a fun spin to it. I also really like the idea of his mother being being like an ex-water mage who's also a dancer. So she has like this thing that always made him happy when he was a baby, where she basically took water and like would constantly spiral it around, almost as if the water is like dancing and perfectly spiraling around him, and just beautiful and like a crazy amount of magic control. And then when he gets older, he tries to emulate that with no success. But that's because, and this is what I think would be cool, if his element isn't really water in any capacity, I would love it if it was actually wind, outside of like necromancy, whatever that would be, but wind. So and this is kind of where I want his other thing. So in this story, I would love the main character to be like kind of a necromancer of a kind, or a summoner of a kind, but then for him to also, in the story, I have his like dad basically, story in my head, I have his like dad basically telling him that like, I know you want to master your mom's like water dancing ability, but there's what do you call it? It's important to like find your own path, like find your own way, essentially. Like you can't always imitate. You have to like carve your own path. So I would love for him to basically like, instead of trying to like use water, instead just to take air and basically like rip apart the branches off of a tree and then have those branches spin around, and have those start to dance, essentially. And this all leads me to what I was trying to get to from the very beginning, which is I so fucking badly want a character that has the same power set as Yondo from Guardians of the Galaxy, basically. This is my convoluted way of making that shit happen. And my weird story way of trying to build to that point, which makes canon sense. Okay? I want this guy who has a mother who is a dancer, like a ballet, essentially, dancer, and a mage who found a way to basically, like, constantly keep elements in motion. And then I want him to then have the reason why he can basically command arrows to dance wherever he wants and bend around every corner, and all that. I want him to be able to do that. I want him to have the whistle dart from Guardians of the Galaxy, where the dude's whistling and shit's just eating everything alive. I want that, essentially. So that was my convoluted way of getting to a character that basically was not only a summoner, but also had one of the most OP abilities, which is to have them dart into shit. Anyways, the other half of the story, which I think, because the other part is like I want him to basically massively progress. So like, I want him to, again, I really like a story where like a person has grinded for power and like didn't spend their childhood fucking around, but instead was just like, no, I'm gonna, like, especially that moment that happened with my parents and the bear, I'm not letting that happen again. And he grinds, essentially. So I would love, and this is the other thing I think would be cool, I would love for the main character in this specific story, where he's like the scarred character who's a summoner, who's also can use arrows, essentially, like a magic archer. I would love for him to basically find like a tower, like what's it called, like a broken down tower in the middle of a mountain, in like snowy mountains, essentially, and for that to be where like a shit ton of, like an archive of great information all in there. And I would love for that to be like kind of the validation for his time skip, essentially, and for him to be like, okay, it's finally time for you to go off and out in the world. Here's why you're now kind of broken, because you found this and you've trained in this and you've gotten better, so much better at both of these things than most people your age. I think that could be fun, essentially, to build off of and jump into. But again, I don't know. I could make it work. Like, you know what I mean? I could take the premise of like the lottery system of like being incarnated and having like a build, and then merge it with this one, but like they're not the same build. Like I like the idea of Grenader with this one, but I like the idea of like a summoner who also is a magic archer. I think that would just harmonize so well together, as far as like a build in that sense. So I mean, I could just make the build that he ends up deciding on, the magic archer and summoner build, sure, but I feel like it's almost like I got two stories, but I can't really find the way. I could find a way to make them work. I just don't know if that would be the best for both of them. Does that make sense? All right, so I'm so sorry for not reading chat. I just wanted to finish my train of thought because it's so hard to like constantly seesaw between trying to like build the story that you're trying to tell and like kind of give the points that are the most interesting. I tried to only tell you guys the points in which I think you would inference like, oh, you're trying to make like a unique character, i.e. a character that is like beautiful but also scarred to shit. That's a little bit unique. Okay, you want this moment in which this power is basically pulled from him. In this case, it's necromancy, incited by the fact that their bear attacked his woods huntsman's family, essentially. Okay, you want basically a way to vindicate his ending power, which you have in your head, which is basically having 3 arrow darts that are like steel and like have magic in them, etc., on his hip, almost as like a pistol, and that to be his like the thing that makes his build synergize so well is because he has summoners or skeletons that basically he can use as the front line in the kind of close quarters, and then he has this ranged ability to take out people from that are very far away, and that being really fun. Anyways, those are the two things that I want to ramble at you guys. Let me read your comments. I would rather choose someone who can forge high-class gear. Yeah. Also, Nong says skill, gear, healer, tank, but your idea, yeah, does that? Yeah, we read that. Bolty says I would rather choose the high-class gear and be tanky. Oh, okay, yeah. Nong says like a goblin that's 93 years old in human comparison, walking around in a walker, able to hold aggro like a mofo, and she uses her walker as a barrier / shield. Your smithing could upgrade / make. Yeah, no, again, it could be whatever, like, the thing you guys want in. I think it's tough, because, like, to me, it's fucked up, because there's always the way to, like, push back hard against the tropes that anime has. Like, everyone would always choose, like, the hottest character, etc., which I kind of want to have fun with, but, like, the main character doesn't really do that. Well, it kind of does with the Forge Lady, but she, I don't think, is what, like, again, most anime has, like, a blonde girl with big boobs, and that's the main, like, heroine of the story. I like the idea of having, like, a buff girl who is, like, a badass who makes fucking crazy good weapons, and how that synergizes with their, like, support for one another. That's fucking awesome. Also, how she can basically push the main character into scenarios to get better gear, so she can be, like, a plot device to have him, like, go into a cave to get smithing material, but you encounter something bigger there, but you got to upgrade after that, so it kind of validate and make sense of why the character is progressing in the way that he is. Also, yeah, Red said good night. Boldy says, Endgame, have you seen Shangri-La Fortune? I don't know, maybe. I don't know names really well. Tell me the premise. Oh no, the bird head. Yeah, I haven't seen it. It looks so fucking good, man. I think it might be one of the next anime I start. I got pee so badly. You could pull some inspiration from it. Yeah, there's definitely, again, there's some things I'm already pulling a lot of inspiration from, for sure. Nong says, for my second idea, have him perma-res a family pet skeleton through like a skeleton. Yeah. I do like the idea of, like, again, I really like the idea of, again, like, to me, I had an idea where I really liked the idea of having a main character who was, like, scarred to shit, because I think that's just something that you don't see a lot of. And I also like the idea of his family, like, his family basically finding him as, like, a baby abandoned in the woods. I really like both of those ideas. So to me, it could kind of be a cool way to kind of, like, hint at something about his backstory in that sense. So that's why I like the idea of, like, this high tension scenario happened, in which he basically had to use. And I also, again, I want him to start, like, to have, like, the I'm gonna get stronger because I need to kind of mindset. So I would love for, like, every single time he like, again, the moment I see is his parents getting mauled to death almost, or getting close to mauled to death by the bear. And then he basically is, like, in a panic, and out of nowhere, this skeleton basically just jumps out from the right and just tackles the bear. And is basically starting to, like, stagger him a little bit. But it's a fucking, like, light skeleton. Like, it's a giant grizzly bear. It's not going to do much. So the skeleton, or the grizzly bear, baits the skeleton, like, throws him around, starts thrashing him. And they can see that the skeleton's about to die, and then it's going to go right back to his parents. So he doesn't know what to do, and in this panic, and in this fear, and in this kind of, like, scared feeling, he ends up, like, these black particles, like, start exuding from his back, and then another skeleton drops, i.e. this is why he doesn't need to have a magic circle, is because his body is so, like, destroyed, and, like, he was born in essentially, like, a war zone, essentially, that, yeah, he's basically the conduit. Anyways, but for every time he summons one of them, for it to hurt, like, really bad. But it doesn't matter, because if he doesn't kill the giant bear, his dad and mom are going to get mauled to death, essentially. So I want him to sit there and constantly just, like, be screaming in pain as, like, black particles are, like, falling off of his back, and, like, another skeleton is deployed, another skeleton is deployed. Eventually, where there's, like, 6 or 7 skeletons, like, a bear, like, grabbing the fucking bear and, like, biting its eyes out and shit, and, like, just trying to kill it. And as he's just about to pass out because he's clearly at his limit, his parents rush over to try to save him, etc., as his skeletons seemingly keep stabbing the shit out of the bear and finally killing it. But that, to me, is, like, the image I see in which would, to me, validate the fact that he has his power and all that stuff. and all that. So I think that, but anyways, the reason why I brought that up is because I think after like the events happen, I want the main kid to like go into the depths of the forest and like just experience, like just grind essentially. So like it hurts like shit to summon these skeletons, but I'm gonna do it because I need to keep my family safe, and I'm just gonna keep fucking just doing as much as possible, and then him growing through that, and then him maybe discovering this giant like abandoned rune tower where he goes in, eventually unlocks, eventually finds out a bunch of knowledge about how to get stronger, and then just sits there and grinds for like a long time, and then eventually goes somewhere to the world when he gets older. But I don't know if I want to do like the school arc. I think that could be fun, but that's a little bit overplayed as well. So yeah. I'll have to catch up. Damn, wind elements is pretty hard to do well. Yeah. That's why I think the wind element would be fun, is because like it's kind of like Magic Archer a little bit. So it's good, D. We're winding down, D. I'm sorry. What he says. What would your character do against close combat? Well, that's the thing. For what, with this one character? For me, I think that's the fun of it. Like, depending on how, like, again, the notion of, and this is something I'm kind of playing with, but I think it would also be cool if, how do I put it? Yeah, basically there to be like, there's like more than just skeletons. I think that'd be really fun. Like, I think one of the characters that comes to mind is Shane and Oryx. Do you remember that from Battleborn, Bolty? Have you ever played Battleborn? But it's basically like a giant thing. It's almost like you're piloting this giant hand thing. Yeah, we're winding down, sorry. Yeah, we just played a little bit, and I'm talking to you guys about stories that I wanted to think about writing. So I'm telling you guys premises, essentially. I have to go to the washroom, so bad, guys. So I'm going to bird through the rest of the comments. The bird head anime goes through a kind of RPG would be like in a game, explaining the new crazy, new godlike. Yeah. The main character is the type who's capable of beating bosses perfect. Yeah. Again, I don't, like, that's not the hope I want. The thing I like is the idea of, like, a person who tries to focus on, like, the skills and the skill trees that have the most gamified and, like, mass scaling effects. You know what I mean? So yeah, I gotta use washroom. I could go wash them and then come back, but I feel like we're about to wind down anyway. Life for the video game shit. Bolty says, and this thought pattern is kind of like your premise for the MC who does his research or applies his experience from other games. Yeah. Again, to be very clear, there's a lot of novels that like gamer gets isekai'd into a realm in which isekai knowledge is like all about gaming. What I specifically haven't seen is someone who I've always seen like becomes overpowered because he gets lucky. What I want is a character that is meticulous about what skills can most be like broken, and like massively leveraged. Like I don't want him to become strong because he picks a good skill. I want him to get strong because this one skill can be fed into 6 different other skills and detonated like 1,000 times. Like, oh, you do 1% damage every single time you what could it be? Every time you do AoE damage or something like that. So he has like he just gets a grenade or something that does tons of AoE damage, constantly deals ticks, and that doesn't even need to hit really hard because that 1% can be scaled infinitely. Like takes 1% of the HP of the enemy every time they're in an AoE, or something like that. I can't think right now because I got a piece so badly. I'll use the washroom. I'll come back. I'll be right back. I'm sorry if you guys know. I'll be right back. I can't hold anymore, but I want to keep talking to you. Right here. I'm back. Sorry. Ooh, sorry. I'm back. What's a washroom where you're from? Wait a minute. What do you call it? You go pee. I gotta go pee. That's what the washroom means. All All right, Nog says maybe for a trauma event, when he's young, he has some bandits or some sort of raiding his village. He summons the family pet. It's getting shattered. It reforms, rinse and repeat.
Gnawing Fetus said sorry for the walls there, GRINN.
The wall? What do you mean walls? What do you mean walls? Blah, blah, blah. Getting shattered, rinse and repeat, but repeat emotional damage. Yeah, I know, I can see that. Yeah, that's really interesting. I didn't even think about that. So, like, the idea is, in this context, that the main character, like, maybe summoning and stuff like that, necromancy is built off of, like, negative emotion. So the fact that he keeps having to see his, like, beloved pet die, get rebirthed and die and rebirthed, and maybe you could even put in the subtext of that you feel, like, the connection when you have when you're a summoner, essentially, you feel, like, the death and pain of the animal, or not feel the pain, but you feel, like, how the emotions of it. So when you're dying, it's painful, it's traumatic for the animal, but he never stops. So both the main character is feeling the overwhelming love and protection given by the creature he revived, while simultaneously also feeling the pain and the pain that it's having to go through emotionally. I mean, that's interesting. Loyalty, family, pet, repeatedly immersed, parents almost dead, in the rage kind of state. Bones begin piercing his skin, coming from within fragments, eventually rupturing his skin and flying out. Creature creating minions, still weak AF, but they go. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I do. What do you call it? It's getting it to a point where it's very violent, like to the point where, like, the main character, I can't imagine not being extremely fucked up. Thank you so much for the cheer. Appreciate that, D. What do you call it? But I could see that being interesting with the thing. I worry that for me it's a little bit too much trauma, because I want the character to be very, like, still very sweet and joyful, but that seems like a very, like, traumatic, painful experience, which I feel like the character would have to glue me to face, you know? So my thought when I hear about his bones, like, shattering and ripping it out of his skin, it sounds like, I don't know how this guy is...
Balti_1337 said Woody.
I don't know how that's not going to be like a traumatic warping brain thing for him. But yes. But again, it's tough because I kind of go back and forth between that. I'm not sure what kind of manhwa you like, Nog, but I love the ideas. To me, there's like a specific tone. And one of the things we're pulling upon is an anime that has a very similar tone to this, and very similar premise, where, like, same thing, a huntsman family finds a kid abandoned in a forest. It's like a mage manhwa. I would highly suggest it. Very similar premise to this. But instead of him just, like, kind of getting better at magic and being in a mountaintop, I would like it to have some sort of, like, master progression state, which is him finding, like, a ruin that propels his growth, essentially. But I also want him to be pretty sweet and kind. And I feel like when you're going through, like, yeah, I get what you're saying. I think it could work. I just find I would have a hard time making it work. Does that make sense? So, no, I love the text. No, I love it a lot, yeah. That's exactly what I was kind of hoping for, is people to kind of pick my brain about what could possibly be a thing. If I were to choose some kind of isekai power, I would always tend to be the edgy loner kind of guy. Turn plain pain into power. I think most people would be. I think most people would be like, you know what? We'll do that. Let's lock in. Let's go, Fluff. You made it. Let's go, Fluff. Who are you talking to? Oh, sorry, D. D, what do you call it? I'm multi-streaming on Twitch. That's why you can see. I think you can see. Can you see the thing at the top left? But we're multi-streaming on Twitch. That's why I'm merging YouTube's and Twitch's comments. So I'm also streaming on YouTube. So that's why you're not seeing the YouTube people. But you should be seeing them up there. I don't know why you're not. It should be there. Maybe it's just delayed. But that's who I'm talking to, D. Sorry. I have a channel on YouTube called GRINN if you want to go check out there. Bodhi says, if I were to 100%, maybe flavor that bit. Bodhi says, also have a companion only I can interact with /see. Oh, that's interesting. That's a cool idea. I haven't seen too much of that, but I've seen one instance of that, which is kind of neat. I do find that's tough a little bit, you know, because it's such a restrictive and yet possibility-driven thing, you know. Oh, okay. Yeah. Check for version. I think.
Gnawing Fetus said, I think the YouTube text showing up is broken.
Yeah, I know. I think the same thing. I don't know why it's not popping up. That's actually not great. That can actually be very problematic. Twitch does not like that. I'll have to figure out how to fix that. Sometimes it goes good, and then other times it clearly breaks, you know. But ladies and gentlemen, that is essentially the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Appreciate you guys so much. Bodhi says, like the thing, Ria's has the Tales of the Borderlands with Handsome Jack. Like the thing, right? Who's that? Reese? Who's Reese again? Yeah, what do you mean? What you mean? But yeah, those are two premises. But that's kind of my issue right now that I think is fun. I don't know which one I should build off of. I really like, again, it's like I have more story for the like premise of the guy who parents, husband, people find a baby in a forest. He's scarred to hell. They raise him. He basically, my end goal is for him to be a summoner and to be basically like a mystic archer, like a magic archer, but specifically very similar to Yondo in Guardians of the Galaxy, because I think it's just a fucking awesome power of having like this arrow dart that's just like diving through everything, and how fucking OP that could be, especially if it worked out, you know. And of course, I always want to tell the summoner story because I think that'd be really fun. But I also like the Grenader story, but I just don't know what context I could feed that into. I kind of do. I just need to sit with it. I guess you also need to commit. That's the other thing. It's like kind of not every time. To me, a lot of times, story is easy because it just kind of it happens. D says, "Cheer! Thank you so much, dear. It's been so sweet giving bits. Thank you so much." Bye. You're a talker. Sorry, D. Yeah, normally we play a lot. I'm sorry. It was only because we're winding down. Hopefully you pop into one of the streams when we're actually playing. I'm sorry. Nolang says, I think CEO of some weapon company. Sorry. Yeah, Reese Atlas. Yeah. I know Reese from Borderlands, the Tales of the Borderlands. I just didn't know he had like a. I think before that, Bolty said it was. I'll have a companion who I can't. Oh, I see. Okay, so I see. So you're talking about like the handsome Jack. Yeah, no, I understood the premise. Yeah, but Reese is interesting. So is it yeah? I see why that could be really compelling. Yeah, because you're saying that's like a character that maybe it's a terrible character. I've heard that premise before, which I thought was really interesting. It's like a thought experiment, but the idea of like the premise is basically like the hero's sword is like possessed by the Demon King. So the whole while, like the Demon King is basically trying to tempt the hero to be a piece of shit. I feel like you could have much more fun than like digging into the tropes that are basic in that sense. Fluff says there's a whistle dart vessel I know I seen Fluff. I seen like there's the same type of whistle thing. I thought awesome. It's more of like a needle, I think. Yeah. I guess that's what the dart is kind of too. All good. I found the Tiny Tina's. Oh wow, that's a while ago, man. I have fun with that. I fucking love Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Again, not a lot of people do. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We'll be hanging out tomorrow. Maybe we'll do more of this storytelling nonsense. I love it though. I say nonsense because I'm insecure, but hopefully I can see you guys again tomorrow. I'll be streaming at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so hopefully I can see you guys there. Thank you so much for popping in, Fluff. We missed you. And I hope I can see you guys again. And we're not sure when we'll beat this boss, but hopefully I might stream on Sunday. We'll see. Depends on if I get my chair, you know. D says, you were very... Thank you. I hope I can... again, I hope... Did you end up seeing the video I just uploaded with... it's all, actually, probably not. It's on Borderlands 4's thing, basically. Like, it's on the GRINN channel. It's a video I just uploaded talking about Borderlands 4. And if you like the Wonderlands topic, I think you might like that too. But alas, thank you guys so much for your time. Hope I can see you again. And goodbye, my friends. Also, thank you so much for Nong and Bolty for chatting me up about stories. I know it's a weird thing. Thank you.